TikTok, yo, they're talking about the crowd in the stadium with the rich people who could afford them $5,000 Super Bowl tickets and stuff like that.
They
But I'm
don't
seeing
know
the
no damn
parties.
Kendrick Lamar.
I'm seeing the parties on like
Yeah,
TikTok like that, and people were going nuts.
it was going
In the crib.
nuts. All
They were
of
going
the
nuts in the
parties at
crib,
the
really.
bars and the
Yeah,
lounges and stuff like that in the
they were
crib.
crazy.
Yeah,
They were going crazy.
absolutely. Motherfuckers love that. I loved it. Like I know a few people that I was either watching it with or that I talked to later on. Like everybody that I asked that didn't like it, I was like, did you know any of the songs that were performed? And I was like, no. I was like, okay, that makes sense. That's all I needed to know. Like if you don't know the songs, I can understand you're not gonna
Yeah,
like it
now
because you don't know
now
none. That's
now
like a
you
country
familiar
artist
yourself.
performing for
Yeah, now you
Super Bowl. I'm
familiar
like,
yourself.
I'm not gonna fucking know the country artist
Yeah,
music, so I'm
yeah.
probably gonna say it's whack.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but
I'm not mad at it. Like he clearly had a target audience for that. You know what I mean? He
hmm
clearly had a target audience. Like I said, I would say it's pretty successful because it was that buns, and then why is everyone running up the numbers then? You know what I mean? People clearly want to go check it out. Someone's listening to Good Kid, Mad City for the first time right now. Damn,
that's
for the first time right
crazy,
now. You know what I mean?
man.
They're running up the numbers. Apparently he's like the
Yeah,
most streamed artist. Like he broke the Spotify record for a rapper.
yeah. He might hit
Yeah,
100 million
which
monthly
that'd be nuts.
listeners.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah, he
So
already passed
clearly,
Drake.
if people who don't know who it is, now they're going to go check for him. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
because
Like if
nobody's
people
ever
don't, now
hit
they're
those
going to,
high numbers
yeah.
before.
So now they're going to check for him. So clearly, he
Yeah.
made some sort of impression that people want to go listen because if it was that bad as some of the media and obviously like the Fox News are trying to make it out, then
hmm
I mean the propaganda, then nobody would be running up the numbers like this. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like it wouldn't have a huge impact. But clearly, like I was looking at the numbers, yo, and yo, you already surpasses Usher Super Bowl. You already passed it, yo. Nigga going crazy.
Yeah, he's the most. He was the most watched halftime show. Like the average viewers. No, not the average. The total viewers of It could be average though, but yeah, he passed Usher, Rihanna, and shit like that, and all of that. So
It's definitely
yeah,
one of my favorites. I feel like as for a Super Bowl performance, I still think the whole Dre was the best of recent memory.
the
But that's
Dre
kind of
one,
like but that's kind of like a cheat code though. You know what I mean? Like it's Dre,
because he has so many
Snoop,
different people.
Eminem,
Yeah,
Mary J. Blige,
Kendrick, Mary
himself.
J. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
how do you beat that?
that was
50?
crazy.
Like, how do you beat that? Bro?
Yeah,
You can't beat
52.
that. You can't beat that, bro. They all did their biggest smashes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
their biggest smashes. It's kind of
I
hard
like
to
the
compare. But yo,
I-
the visuals, real quick, the camera work.
Yeah.
I think aesthetically, Kendrick
Yeah.
smoked that one though. Aesthetically,
Yeah.
he smoked that.
My favorite,
Holy.
because you know how he did the whole game reference, and we could tie this into gaming, where he had the different PlayStation button symbols. My favorite one, I think, was when he did the X, and they had like different dancers in each part of the X, and they was like going back and forth with the camera. Yeah, for peekaboo. Yeah,
the camera
that
work,
shit was fire.
impressive, super. The camera work, choreography, all of that shit
Yeah.
was 10 out of 10. You
Yep.
can make the debate
Yeah.
for the song choices, but I respect his decision at the same time. I respect it. You know what I mean? Like
I loved
he
it,
really
personally.
like honestly, if he wanted to reach the wide demographic, he has records for that. That's a funny thing. He could have really did Bad Blood with Taylor Swift if he really wanted. You know what I'm saying? He could have done Bad Blood. He could have done that Love record because that one went crazy for him too. Zachariah.
Well, Rihanna.
No.
Oh
Love.
no, yeah, you're talking about love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that song went crazy in the quote unquote mainstream. So the fact that he brought like hip hop, he made it so hip hop, like it was just like some real hip hop shit. You know what I'm saying? So you can't even, like, as a fan of hip hop, even if you don't like,
no backtrack. Once
you
again,
gotta appreciate that. You gotta
running around, breath
crazy.
control, changing up the lyrics, also adding new lyrics into it, and all that other like improv stuff. Not missed a single beat.
If I had a little criticism, I would have liked his mic to be a little bit louder.
Louder, yeah.
Yeah, if I had a criticism for that too, yeah, his mic. You know what I mean? But after watching, like, once again, after watching it a couple times, I'm like, I had a greater appreciation for it on the playback. I think the shit was iller. I think that shit was even iller on the playback. I'm like, yo,
I loved it. It's definitely like, because I even like the one with Beyonce and Bruno Mars performing at the Super Bowl. I really like that one.
I have to go back and watch.
Yeah, that's when Beyonce was in that formation bag and she came out on her like Black Panther shit. That was fire, and they took up like the whole field doing like the marching band. Bruno Mars. The crazy thing, they wasn't even headlining that. It was either Maroon 5 or Coldplay or one of them, but they took that shit over. I tell you that much.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
The Weekend
for
one
him
was
to be
pretty good.
yeah, for him to be the first solo rapper to headline and you know why this Super Bowl is going, this halftime is gonna be really remembered, because think about it, the Usher shit, he did it. It was big. I enjoyed it. But kind of the conversation dies quickly after the moment is over. Bro, you know how much think pieces
about this one
are about this one? Bro, I haven't seen so much think pieces.
It's so polarizing.
Ever.
It's polarizing as hell.
Bro, you go, you scroll on TikTok, you see middle-aged white ladies. And I love seeing all the reactions. The funny thing is, I'm actually quite enjoying all the reactions. Even like I'm seeing like some people recording their parents, like, and they're like their white parents watching this shit. They're like stiff in the chair watching this shit. They're like they don't get it. And I even those videos, I even enjoy watching them just to see those kind of reactions from it, because this shit, he made it so black, They killed that shit. They killed that shit.
That's it. And I respect that.
Too was good. Now we got people doing think pieces, going to do their research. The whole line that he dropped, a 40 acres in a mule. Now we got a whole bunch of think pieces on people. So the fact that it was, I think this is like the only Super Bowl that's been so thought provoking to have people like make this much commentary on it. I can't think of one. Usually people just do their hits and everyone be like, and
they bounce.
This one's actually really starting a conversation. I know you didn't mention the Beyonce and the Black Panther joint. But
that one started a conversation too.
That one started a conversation, but I swear she didn't say anything polarizing. But wasn't she just in the suit, right?
She was, because
it was during anything though, right?
It was really like during that like Black Lives Matter protesting time period too.
Yeah.
So it was like a powerful statement.
Yeah, even the costume outfit said something. But what made this one dope is the whole Uncle Sam thing. Like he did have like a whole narration behind it, which was like, really an idea. I think this one's definitely gonna go down as time goes on as like one of the most like memorable ones. You know what I mean? Clearly it is. You see,
I think
that already have.
I was watching the Super Bowl, and I'm thinking, Samuel L. Jackson might be my favorite black entertainer of all time.
He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT.
He really might be. As long as he's been doing it, as good as he's been, the consistent quality of what he's been doing, like he just don't. He's a workaholic. And his quality is most of the time is one. Like that dude he's incredible, man.
Snakes
and he don't fucking
stop. Star Wars,
Marvel, Deep Blue Sea.
This guy, Pulp Fiction. This nigga's a
Pulp
GOAT,
Fiction,
bro.
classic.
He's a GOAT. Samuel
and he was
Jackson, in legendary actor, man.
That Fight Night miniseries that he did with Kevin Hart in them, that he did a good job in that too. He's awesome. I love Samuel L. Jackson.
His career in films is right up there with Denzel to me. If not, like you can even make the argument that like this nigga's even better, bro. Like he's just been in so much legendary shit. Like, when it's all said and done, Samuel L. Jackson is gonna. He's already talked about a high regard, but I think like they're really gonna be putting respect on his name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
he's 76 years old. That's crazy.
I know. He look good too. He look good, man. That's good, man.
He one of them dudes that when I was born, he was even old.
He look old. He look old. He's like Morgan Freeman. He's like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
He's been old since forever,
Freeman. Bro. Oh yeah, we can't forget Django. Like, come on, that's a classic.
Yeah, exactly.
Classic.
Legendary actor right there, Samuel, man. So
he's gonna stay in the big house.
So what's up? What's up? We staying up for some super sexy love songs today. Are we going to bed?
I might be up for that. I ain't gonna lie. I might be up for that.
You know what? I'm going to bed, but if I wake up, sometimes you gotta do that nighttime piss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you check the timeline.
Then I might scroll on the phone and listen to some super sexies while I'm, you know what I mean? Super sexy love songs while I'm in the bed.
I'm looking forward to it. Listen, I love the R&B Drake side.
I do like that too.
Party Next Door together, like that shit's gonna be great, and I can't wait for it. What I can wait for is the discourse on the timeline about people who enjoyed what Kendrick did over this past year. And then if Drake and Party do drop some fire shit, and people be like, "Oh, stay on that side. Y'all can't come over." Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, dog, it's music. This is music. I'm gonna listen to good music.
They've been trying to regionalize me for the longest time, bro. I felt
Oh,
like
put you in the Canada box.
Yeah. I feel like I've been calling. Yo, first of all, go back, search my name in Kendrick Lamar. This ain't no wave hop. I've been a Kendrick Lamar fan for a long time. I've also been a Drake fan, and to this day, even though I don't like how he's behaving with the lawsuits, I think that's kind of like, it's kind of lame. That's just lame. I can't co-sign that. Even though how he's behaving, I still like his music. I still play his music. But I don't know.
They said they saw you grab the OVO shirt from the trash. Shout out to Pablo.
But the thing is, just the moves during. Look, it's okay to admit that the man got smoked. The man got smoked.
Yeah.
It's just. Why do I have to down the hill that like, yo, he didn't get smoked? I'm not. No. We just keep it real. The man got smoked.
Just because you from Toronto, you can't say that. Like, come on, what?
And the funny thing is, like, yo, someone lying, Jmaine. Someone lying, cause right now. Hold on. Hold on right now. Hold on. You just say there. You just wait.
Yeah, I'm here.
Somebody lying.
I think somebody lying.
I think somebody lying.
Like somebody lying. I see no fire.
Can this focus, please? Can this focus?
Oh, you got the blur shit on. It's not gonna focus right. But I can see it. Is that Toronto on the Apple charts?
This is Toronto. This is Toronto. Somebody lying. Not like us is number 1. Luther is number 2.
Top 25.
TV off is number 3. All of the stars is number 6.
They fucking with K-Dot up there
in Toronto, bro. Somebody lied.
They fucking with K-Dot on the north side.
It's clearly not just V, bro. Toronto fucking with Kendrick right now, bro.
Not like us. They said
it was fire, yo. That shit was heat.
Yeah, they said that Not Like Us is about to be number 1 again for the week.
Yeah, that shit was heat.
Based on the Super Bowl. Yeah. So like, listen, like I'm always for the music. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what went along during the battle, like, you know how I look at hip hop? I look at hip hop as a community of friends that, like, say for instance, Drake and Kendrick. They're like just two friends that had a roast battle, and Kendrick got the best of him in the roast battle. But at the end of the day, it was all fun and games. Like they did take a lot of personal shots. Don't get me wrong.
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Be fun and games to him, bro.
I'm just saying. Yeah, he for him, he gonna take it personal. But for me, from the viewer side, I'm looking at it as, okay, that's what hip hop is supposed to be. You're supposed to be able to go there, and if somebody take it too far and went too far, and you got smoked in that shit, then so be. You're gonna be mad for a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna rock with you. It's not like you ain't my boy no more. I'm not fucking with you no more. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, look, the stan culture is just nasty, and it's all around. Like, if you think, the funny thing is, I used to think like the gaming community is toxic. You know what? I just came to terms. I think just the internet's toxic. Period. I think just the internet overall is toxic. You could go to any community, whether it's fashion, whether it's music, whether it's the gaming community. They all suffer from the same problems, bro. They all suffer from the exact same problems, and it should be bad. It should be bad. The whole thing, listen, you could still enjoy both artists. You know what I mean? Like, this whole, like, yo, you got to pick a side, stay over there now. Nah, I don't co-sign. Yo, Drake, like I said, I'm definitely going to be listening to this new Drake and Party album. I love Party's music. The news, I used to have that shit on repeat when he dropped the news, bro. That shit was fire, bro. That's my joint. So I'm definitely looking forward to that album. Like I said, I just don't agree with a lot of the latest, a lot of the moves that Drake been doing. Post battle, I really felt like if you just sat down and took the L and then you could pop back up, man. Pop back up with a solo rap album and people won't listen. Because honestly, I think when
the music gonna cure it all. Good music will cure everything.
Listen, the last great project to me is Scorpion, personally.
Yeah,
Scorpion was the last great one, and you know.
Hold up,
her loss was not bad. Her loss was
I like the shit with 21 Cent. Yeah, that her loss shit was
bad.
Fire to me.
But I'm saying the last great one for me personally, I think was Scorpion, and I felt like with Certified Lover Boy, that boy, I was so excited for that album, bro.
Yeah.
But it feels like he's on cruise control. It felt like, but what made Scorpion dope too is the events surrounded Scorpion. That was him coming off the Pusha T,
the beef,
the Kanye shit. So he makes Scorpion, and Scorpion went crazy. So I'm thinking, yo, this should actually put the battery in his back to come out and put out some sick shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm hoping. But like with Certified Lover Boy, I'm not a fan of that album. With the exception of a couple of records, I think it hasn't. Out of all of Drake's albums, that's probably my least played one. It didn't really live up longevity for me, and it's too feature heavy. So I'm glad that he's beefing with all these mans. So he can finally stop running around like, bro. Certified Lover Boy is a album full of features and shit pisses me off. I feel
I'm looking at the track list now.
Bro, it's an album for the features. It pisses me, bro. For me personally, listen, when a artist at that caliber is dropping an album, and you're dropping your solo album, I kind of want to hear from you, bro. Like it's cool to have features, but I feel like it shouldn't be your whole fucking album just packed with features. You know what I mean? I want to hear from you. So hopefully now that Drake is, you know what I mean, is saying F everybody. We saw what he said with the DJ Khaled. I hope he's on that type of time. And his next solo album is him.
It said Drake Bell.
But the funny thing is, I like when Drake is in his worst behavior. They never loved us. I love when he's in that bag. So you're about to give us an album of that? I'm right in there. The OVO hoodie might have to come out. The OVO hoodie might have to come out again, bro. You know what I mean?
The OVO hoodie looking at you in the trash like the Green Goblin mask, dog. That's embedded deep in your roots, dog. That shit coming out. At the end of this year, that hoodie is coming back out.
PG Lang merch is on the way, yo. PG Lang merch is on the way until that.
Yo, if I see you with the LA PG Lang hat, I'm giving you the Nasty Award early. You get Nasty Award for the year. Oh yeah, and you're going to the tour. Yeah, you definitely got PG Lang merch coming.
I'm going to both dates. I made up my mind. I'm buying tickets for both dates. I'm doing both.
I ain't mad at you. I would pay money. I would pay for 2 days to see SZA.
I'm going those 2 days, bro. I'm doing the 2 days in Toronto, bro. I'm going. I already have one, but I'm gonna buy my second pair soon. I'm gonna buy my second pair of tickets soon.
I'm going to see SZA more than Kendrick. I ain't gonna lie to you right now.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna front.
That concert, you know that concert about to be lit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That shit about to be crazy. I think that's enough. I think that's enough little pre-show conversations.
Enough hip hop talk.
I know y'all here for the games. I know, but some of y'all listen to some of y'all cultured in here and listen to some rap music and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they was chiming in.
And it was a pretty big week, at least for hip hop. You know, we passionate about hip hop here as well. But we're gonna get to the games. Shout out to everyone who's tuned into the podcast live. We do appreciate it. We do appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out some names real quick. It's like a tradition at this point. I see DrewTube in the chat, Leaky, T Dummy, Jabari Jones, Henry the 12. What's up? I see Nev in the chat. Pablo, what's good? I think Pablo sent a super chat donation too. Let me read that. I appreciate it. He sent a $10 super chat donation. He says, "I knew you popping ass for this Drake Party Next Door album tonight, gang." Pablo, Pablo is a big OVO man, yo. Low key, he might have been bigger than me in my prime days, yo. You know what I mean? He's a big OVO man. I like what Drake likes. Shout out to you. Who else in here? The Sly Crow was good. We got Strat in the chat. What's up in here? Say what up. You see any names? Who else up in here?
Oh shit, I ain't even really looking.
Killer Cam for show, Max, Marshmallow. Who else didn't I shout out, yo?
You said Retromatic, Afro Soul, Pearly 21.
Yes, sir.
I think you said Roxas. Shout out to him.
Jern Stamps, what's up?
The Lord Lightskin, shout out to you.
Shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for popping into the podcast live. And shout out to everyone who's going to be watching this podcast later. Hopefully all of our mics sound good. You know what I mean? Let us know if we have to adjust our mics or anything like that.
Check, mic check.
Yes, sir. Royal, I see you in the chat. But we're going to get to these gaming topics, man. Good Gaming episode 86. I'm back with the best co-hosts around, Jmaine, and we're going to be talking about something. Jmaine, I want to remind you, your promise. You said you were going to be 25 games this year. That? You said you were going to be 25 games this year. How many? Yo, we in February, and we about to be in March, low-key. How many games you got beat? And you said there going to be new games, too. How many games you got beat?
Oh, shit.
A big fat zero. I lied.
Any new games come out yet? Oh, man. See, I'm waiting on the year to get started. That's all it is. I'm waiting on the
You didn't play no Ninja Gaiden? That would have counted. The Ninja Gaiden Black?
Nah, I didn't get into that. No. I played it, but I didn't beat it or anything like that. So
Jmaine, man.
Listen, I'm gonna get to it.
Ticking.
Once I
clock is
finish this
ticking.
Final Fantasy Rebirth, I'm gonna crush everything. I'm telling you, this game is just dragging on way too long, but I'm gonna get to it. Don't even worry about it. I
Yo,
got y'all.
Jmaine,
25 games.
I think he promised like 30 people in the chat $100 gift cards.
All right, y'all. It's been a great week. I'm gonna see y'all next week because this man Kofi is lying on my name, and I can't condone that. I gotta go. I'm out.
I think he promised y'all $100 each. 30 men, $100. I think he said something crazy like that.
It was like 250 in gift. Yeah, something crazy like that. But I got y'all. I'm gonna beat the game because I ain't trying to give him no damn money. I'm broke. Understand me? I'm broke as fuck.
Yes, sir. So we definitely got a good show for y'all, man. So you know what I mean, hit the like button and let's get the show started. All right, yo. So we've been playing some games this past
what
week.
you been playing? Your ass been dropping all the content and all that.
Yeah, yes, sir. So, as you guys can see, and please check out these videos. These videos take really long to make. Yeah, I ain't gonna hold you. These videos I be cooking up, they take long as fuck to make, bro. I know y'all see the little 4 or 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Them shit take long to make.
Hell yeah.
Put together, you know what I mean? So if you haven't checked out my Avowed review, even want to watch the whole thing, just go ahead and click the like button. That's even good enough for me. You know what I mean? I would appreciate that, you know? And my South of Midnight video as well, man. It takes a lot of effort. And I do enjoy doing it, but you know what I mean? Results is nice, too. Results is nice. You know what I mean? So go ahead and show your boy some support for putting in the hard work, putting these videos together for you guys, all right? You know, I'm giving y'all the early exclusives, and we keeping it 1,000. So, yeah, Jmaine. I play South of Midnight previews. Now I can talk about it freely because it's obviously out. And I played Avowed. So I'll start off with South of Midnight. I'll give you guys a little bit of rundown, but still go check out that video. South of Midnight, I enjoyed it. I think that game is actually going to review better than Avowed. Avowed is sitting at like an 80 Metacritic right now. I think South of Midnight is actually going to review better than it.
Okay.
They got the narrative seems like it's going to be really good. That's number one. The visuals in the game, the overall presentation is really good. The only thing that from this preview that I played that I wasn't like in love with was the combat. I thought the combat was the kind of the weakest aspect, and that might be like a major red flag to some because we're gonna be doing. I'm assuming they're gonna do a lot of fighting. The platforming was cool too, but the combat it wasn't pushing the envelope in any direction, nor doing what has been done even better. You know what I mean? Or like it was just cool. It was very serviceable. You just press, you mash the X button. No kind of strategic type of combo so far from at least the preview that I played. So take this as a preview. Like it could get better with the final release. I don't know. But from what I played, a whole lot of X. And the triggers do Hazel's Weaver powers. And the powers that she has available is nothing so crazy. Like it's she has the ability to pull and push pretty much. She can pull enemies closer and push. And with the push power, she could like send like projectiles flying back at enemies. The combat was extremely serviceable. Once you defeat an enemy as well, you can unravel them and gain some health back. Pretty much unravel them is like do like a kind of execution move. That would be like their kind of execution, and you get some health back. But overall, the combat was just not my favorite part of all of that. Like I said, the music was really, really damn good. The music in that game, I heard
the music was good. And the sound effects.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would say they got a lot. Like, if you're looking at like the chart, some areas is really, really high, like music. The platforming is not the highest, but it was interesting though. The platform was decent. It was pretty decent. Visuals was really high, and the narrative seems like it's really good. It's gonna be good. I think the game is gonna turn out solid. Like I said, I do think it's probably gonna end up reviewing better than like Avowed. I do think so. It'll probably get like an 84, 85 for what I played. I didn't have any boss fights in my preview, so it's yet to be seen. But yeah, I do go in depth a little bit more in my video, so go check that out. But yeah, I did play South of Midnight, and it is shaping up to be pretty good. It's gonna be a solid game for real.
And real quick, I didn't play South of Midnight, but I did watch a bunch of the previews, including yours. And a lot of the sentiment was that the combat was probably the weakest point of the game.
Oh, people said that too. I didn't watch nobody else's.
Yeah, I did not. I watched about like 3 or 4 different ones. And a lot of people said that the combat was like it was just like cool. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like serviceable. That's what I'm saying. It was
serviceable.
It's just serviceable. It's not bad. But it's not great. Yeah.
And one person that I watched even said that they felt like compulsion games went that direction because before when they tried to do something a little bit more quirky with the combat, it kind of like fell flat. So they felt like, if they have something solid when it comes to like the narrative, character, sound design, music and stuff like that, why mess that all up with, trying to go crazy with the combat and then fucking it all up.
Yeah.
So they just went with something serviceable.
Yeah, very
Um,
safe, very basic. Even
yeah.
the skill tree that's available. If that's the
Yeah.
final game skill tree, which I do believe so, bro, the skill tree got like 6 things on it. No, I'm capping. It's not 6, but
Yeah.
it's a very small skill
But that
tree.
but that was
Very,
like
very small.
early in the game though. Like so hopefully, that might open up a little bit
That's
more
not.
like later on.
But I think that's all the unlockables. From what I saw on that page, I
Oh
think that's
shit.
all the unlockables that you can unlock. Obviously, you couldn't unlock everything in the demo, in the preview,
Right.
but just the
Right.
skill tree page was very
Small.
minimalistic. It was small.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I think combat's not. I think the combat is gonna be serviceable, but I think the other things are gonna end up carrying the experience for South of Midnight. Like I said,
Oh,
I think the narrative is gonna be very interesting because I was very locked in when I was playing that.
yeah.
Like I was very locked in when it came to the narrative and stuff like that.
Like that story about the tree, that was like, damn.
Yeah,
That's kind
yeah,
of like that's kind of
yeah.
crazy.
The
But yeah,
game's
watch
premise
his
is
watch
really
his
good.
preview for more. Did you feel like the stop motion was like
Nah, it
anything?
wasn't even so heavy. The funny thing is,
It wasn't
it,
bad.
wa-
Okay.
it wasn't heavy. Like I've seen stop motion cap that's way more jittery. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like even Insomniac's implementation of the Spider Verse, I felt like it was
Yeah.
more. The stop motion cap was on there heavy. This one is very light. I don't know why people were complaining.
Okay.
It's very light. I'm not even going to turn that shit off. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Nevin in the chat says shout out to Benji. You know why? Because the kid who got nailed in the tree's name is Benji.
Yeah,
Dog.
Benji. And
He
then
low
I
key
seen that
special
coming from
needs.
Jack Proof. I seen that. Yeah, that was funny.
Shout out to Jack.
All
Shout
right.
out to Jack.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This comes out next. Is it March?
April.
April. Okay, April.
April.
Gotcha.
I'm looking forward to it too. South of Midnight, I'm definitely gonna be picking it up. So now onto Avowed. So I'll give you guys obviously go watch the video that I put up. But I will give you a little bit of thoughts here of what I think of Avowed. Pretty much, Avowed's strongest suit is actually the gameplay. The gameplay is actually Avowed's strongest. Yeah, some people. The funny thing is, when that game was initially revealed, people were thinking that aspect of the game looked the weakest. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
When
what
I
people
saw
were
like
actually
gameplay
saying.
and stuff,
But
I was like, that
after
shit look
playing
mid.
the game, that game's actually the gameplay is actually the combat's the strongest portion
Wow.
of that.
That's good to hear. That's good to
Yeah,
hear them.
for me personally, I think the story's the weakest. And people would probably expect
Mm.
Obsidian to have like a better narrative. I think the voice
Yeah.
acting is great and stuff like that, but the overall story and what they got you doing, it's it's one of those games that you experience how you played it at like 3-4 months down the line. You're probably not even gonna remember like too much about it. It didn't have that lasting impact on me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Avowed is also a game that has at least branching pathways in the sense of they put you in situations where it's almost like a dilemma. It's almost like the whole railroad situation. Like, oh, would you kill 5 people or 1 person if you had the switch of the you know what I'm talking about, the train car.
Yeah.
They put you in
Yep.
situations like that here and there. Does it have any true real world effect in the game? You might get different dialogue options, when talking to certain people, depending the choice that you made. But ultimately, I don't think none of those choices really impact the game like crazy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The visuals, the graphics are nice. Overall, I would say
Okay.
the graphics are nice.
Yeah.
Stylistically, I think Obsidian did their thing. Yeah, the art direction was I was impressed with it. Enemy variety, I talked about this in my review too, was lacking, very lacking in my personal opinion. You fight a shit ton of bears, shit ton of skeletons, Zurips. Those are the lizard creatures. You fight a shit ton of them. The enemy
Spiders.
variety was spiders. You fight a shit ton of them as well. The enemy variety was lacking in my personal opinion, and I was expecting a little bit more grander boss fights and stuff like that. The boss fights are very mediocre in the game. I was expecting a little bit more grander enemies. Like, it's a fantasy game. Don't they have like dragons? Don't they have like other big mythical creatures and stuff like that in fantasy games.
Mm-hmm.
Like I felt like
Yeah.
this game was missing that. And
Especially
apparently
being a part of the Pillars of Eternity world.
apparently that those games do have dragons and stuff like. So where did the dragons go? Like they see, I'm not familiar with that franchise, so I don't know what like it's actually like the dragons disappeared in the pillars. I don't know. Who knows, at this point. But
Yeah.
I thought the boss fights could have been done a lot better personally in Avowed. But once again,
Okay.
Avowed is not a bad game. I don't want to send that message out there. Avowed is not a bad game. I just don't think it's a great or an amazing game. It's not a bad game. I think it's a good game. I think it's good.
Just a good. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a great game. I don't think it's an amazing game. That's just my personal opinion. But it's currently sitting like at 80 on Metacritic, which it's fair. It's around where I predicted. I thought it was going to be anywhere between high 70s or low 80s. That's where I had it in my mind, and that's where it pretty much fell. So check it out. The game's going to be on Game Pass, right? And currently right now it's on early access if you want to play it now. But
early access is out now. I think the game officially drops on the 18th, so next Tuesday.
Okay, perfect. Yes, sir. So those are the two games that I low-key been focusing on and creating reviews on. So I haven't really been playing anything else. I'm about to jump now that I'm free and I'm not going to be making any content. I'm taking a little break doing those videos back to back until I probably get another review code copy or something to do another major review. I'm probably going to just fall back and try to finish up this Uncharted 4 Platinum and Ninja Gaiden Black. I'm going to finish that up as well. Yeah.
All right.
Let me read this super chats before we get to you. This one's from Papa John's. Y'all showing some love in the chat tonight. I really do appreciate that. You know what I mean? Small community here, but we got some pretty nice, some great support, man. We do appreciate that. Papa John's, he says, when y'all think God of War 2018 getting remastered, the only game that hasn't been upgraded, not counting Bloodborne, they might as well just do. People will buy it. Yeah. Oh my God, bro. We're gonna talk about that.
I'm not even like
we're gonna get into it.
A few years ago, if you asked me that, I probably would have blocked you. Now, everything is fair game. Everything is fucking fair game.
Don't worry. That's the first topic that we do. We talk about state of
play. Let's. We don't gotta talk about. We ain't gotta talk about nothing else. Let's get right.
Yeah, low key. We're just gonna do state of play, low key.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the main topic. We're gonna get to that just now. This one's from Steph. He says, just dropping a dub on you boys. I appreciate the $20.
Appreciate it.
That's love, bro. That's love. All right, Jmaine, you play anything this week though? Or you been too busy, you know what I mean, partying, getting sick, eating ass, doing all that nasty shit? What's going on, bro?
Yeah, I've been I definitely was sick last week. I do apologize for not being here.
You broke our streak, bro.
I know. I was so mad because we was going good, and then I went on vacation, and I just knew I was going to get sick. I was on the plane. I'm sitting next to some nigga with his breath was stinking. He had a beard. He just stunk. I just knew. I was like, yo, bro, I'm going to get sick. So when I got home, I'm like, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm straight. Literally the day before Wednesday comes, I'm like, oh, shit, I feel a little tickle in my throat. I'm like, a little bit too much. By the time Thursday got here, it was a wrap. I had a little chest cold and shit like that. I had to take care of that. But listen, I'm not playing shit new. I'm still knocking out Final Fantasy Rebirth. That's all it is right now for me. So it's I recovered. I went outside a little bit for my homegirl's birthday. We celebrated that, and that was it for me.
All right. There we go. All right, so let's not waste no time, man. Let's jump into the state of play, and let me get the list of games that got announced. But
yes,
while I pull that up, let's get thoughts from the chat. Yo, guys, out of 10, put your score for the state of play. Out of 10.
Oh, I didn't even give it a score.
I didn't give it a score too, but we're gonna.
All I did was I
played. Out of 10.
I posted on the timeline that it was buns, and everybody got on my ass. But
out of 10. Because we're going to talk about it. We're going to have a good conversation about
it. Maybe I was a little harsh. We'll see. We're
going to have a good conversation about it. Out of 10, what y'all giving that state of play for real? Now that y'all slept on it too. What y'all giving it? Okay, Zubin in the chat says a 3 out of 10. AKL Max says 4 out of 10. Lee Green says 5 out of 10. Max says 2 out of 10. Gian the Don says 6 out of 10.
That's the
Nev says
highest I've seen so
4 out
far.
of 10. Steph says 6 out of 10. Video Game Lover says 4 out of 20.
That's a 2 out of 10.
Jern Stam says 4 out of 10. James Lewis says
Okay.
5. Soul Jersey says 5 out of 10. Sly Crow says 6 out of 10.
Okay.
What I miss? Black Dragon says 4 out of 10. Pablo says shit was dog. What? Nigga said you even got it wrong, bro. 5 out of 10.
Shit was dog.
Roxas says 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Jabari Jones says 4 out of 10. Okay, I think that's enough from the chat. Okay, one more. We got Gabe says 3 out of 10. Jmaine, now that you slept on it, how you feeling if you were to give it a score out of 10? How you feeling?
I feel like I'm in the 3 to 4 range. If I had to stand on something,
Really?
I would probably be in the 4. I'll probably give it a 4.
Okay.
If
okay.
I had to stand on something.
Okay, and this is because I'm assuming everyone's giving it a low score because obviously the lack of first party reveals. Am I correct in assuming this?
No. Not all the way for me.
No? Then
that does play a big part in it. But for me, to be honest, a lot of the games either I wasn't interested in, or two, the gameplay reveals just didn't do much for me.
Okay.
And I wanted to feel like I was being too harsh on what I was saying, but I did watch some of these back, and I'm like, I kept saying even during the live stream, I'm like, I do appreciate a lot of these are getting release dates. A lot of the release dates were there. But some of that stuff that was getting release dates, it was like, dog, about time. Like, finally we getting a release date. Like Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater, that shit was revealed almost 2 years ago. Finally we getting a fucking release date. We've been seeing that game at every fucking showcase for the past 2 years. I've seen this shit about 10, 15 times already. Like, about time we got a fucking release date. And then there was some games that were new. Like, what's that third person shooter that kind of looked like a 7th generation game, Mind's Eye, where it's like, okay, this is something that I probably would like. I just feel like it looked generic as hell. So
yeah, that one didn't really do. Apparently, it's from old Rockstar developers too, and it kind of did.
Yeah,
have
and
a
you can see the
GTA
influence.
kinda look, right? Yeah, it did have a kind of a GTA 5 type of look, even with just the shooting mechanics, kind of reminded me very GTA 5 ish. You know what I mean? But continue.
No, and then there were some games that I actually really did like. So, I don't want to completely shit on it like I did on Twitter. There were some games that I did like that I saw.
Okay.
Like the what's it called? The name is Tides of Annihilation. That looked really good.
That shit, I'm very intrigued by that. Yep.
Shout out to Housemark. They coming through with a a new IP. They holding it down for the PS5. And yeah, so we could get into the list, but that was just kind of my takeaway from it. It was just like some of the shit that they showed, it was just like it looked okay at best.
Okay. All right. So my personal thoughts. I thought it was a good showing of games. It 100% lacked a big first party punch. Even though I'm very excited about Housemarque's game that it's coming.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's coming out next year as well. We're it's been confirmed that we're gonna actually see gameplay this year. So
this year,
they're gonna do something later on throughout the year. So we're gonna actually get gameplay of that, and it's gonna come out next year.
Right? Not mad at Housemarque at all. I loved everything about that. They deserve to be able to reveal something like that based off of them, first of all, releasing a banger for PS5 already, and this being within that same gameplay sphere of the Returnal. So not mad at Housemarque at all.
You know what I think? Why I was look, my score first of all is like a 6. That's my score. My score is a 6, right? And I think that's pretty fair for me personally. The reason why I would give this as a 6, because even though you're 100% right, when you're looking at the list, some of these games weren't games that we're just hearing about for the first time, right?
Yeah.
But I think we got some really good showings of some of the games that I was just really interested in. Like that Liza
Mhm.
P made me that I was really excited about that. You know what I mean?
That was one of the best things there.
I loved Liza P got the platinum in that game. Absolutely love it. So the fact that we're getting this expansion coming out, that made me really happy to see that. Hell is Us. This was a new trailer,
Yeah.
and that game is really climbing up there with like, yo, this game is looking pretty fucking good. You know what I mean? So that
Yeah.
Hell is Us is a game that I'm fucking with. It's from a studio that I'm not even too familiar with. I don't even know. But then again,
Yeah, I think they're fairly new.
These days, yo, I think we might have to have a different perspective of, you know, maybe, yo, this is a studio making their first AAA game, because low key, a couple of studios been making their first AAA games and they've been slapping. I ain't gonna lie.
So, but you know what's happening with that is that a lot of these prominent developers that were at like big publishers, they have left and formed their own studios and are creating like, you know, smaller budget games that kind of lean into the AAA aesthetic and shit like that. So that's what's happening, and that could go both ways, because I feel like that's what happened with Mind's Eye. It's like, yeah, you form a Rockstar devs. I see what you're trying to do, but I could tell that the budget is not there to really like excite me. Like, oh,
that's crazy. See, that game, I'm not 100% sold on it. It really looked like some Michael Bay shit. They just showed a trailer full of explosions, really. So, I'm not saying it's gonna be shit or anything like that, but I wasn't really, you know what I mean. But let me like these are some of the standouts. Like you said, Tides of Annihilation. I thought that shit looked really good. Too bad, you know, it seems like it's a little bit early. We didn't even get a release year from my memory.
But they're putting out 11-minute gameplay tonight. 11-minute gameplay demo. So
okay, I'm definitely
that would be nice to see.
I was very happy that, you know, Stellar Blade, you know, they've been talking about it in their like earnings reporting that it's gonna get a PC release. So the fact that it's coming out in June, that made me pretty cool. Made me pretty happy.
On PC, right? Yeah, PC, they about to go crazy with the mods.
I really like Stellar Blade, so.
And it's getting a new DLC.
Yeah. It's getting some new DLC. I think it's gonna get a new boss fight. They need to do a real like DLC for that game.
Man,
this like, yo,
facts.
Costumes and sprinkles here and there. Like, I do appreciate that, but we need a real like type of DLC, like a whole like a story,
like a new story. Yes. New biome,
new
enemy types, new boss fights. We need that like, instead. Come on.
Yeah, they writing this costume gimmick for they're writing the coattails of this costume gimmick.
But
a little bit too much.
I'm not too mad at them, because I do think we'll eventually get there. But I just think nowadays you got to treat single player games almost as live service. Like we see it with this game where they drip feed in new content to keep people interested. Astrobot is doing the same thing with levels, new time attacks and shit like that. So yeah, I see what they're doing, but I just want, and I know they're new at this and they're a small team or whatever, but damn, even if you got to save some shit, like I want a new like story deal.
That's what we got from the Liza P. You know, they sat down for a minute. They sat down for a minute, didn't do nothing, and they created this.
Right.
And it looks like it's going to be a pretty sizable expansion too. It doesn't even look like it's going to be something small.
Yeah.
From the looks of it, at least.
And they mentioned that like you need the base game, so that lets me know like that it probably will be, you know, something pretty decent.
Yeah, it's going to be a decent expansion. Onimusha, okay, this was already revealed before, but this was the best look we have gotten, I think. You know what I mean? We actually got to see like pretty clean gameplay of it too.
Okay.
Of Onimusha, so that made me excited too. I was really excited.
Let me say something about Onimusha: The Way of the Sword. Am I tripping? Did the game combat look slow as hell to you?
You know what?
Am I tripping on that?
You know what it is? I think they're trying to keep it. They're trying to keep it or pay homage to how the old games kind of played, in my opinion, because it does remind me of how the old games kind of played, like just the style. I think it looked good to me. You didn't look good to you? Why, it felt like it looked too slow?
I just felt like it looked too slow. Like that's one thing I was saying on my stream. I'm like, they need to speed it up, because you know what I'm seeing too much of? Like I'm watching the clip of it now. Like niggas is just, the enemies is just standing around. Like that's signs of like old style of gameplay. It's like 5 to 10 enemies around you, and they just standing there.
If you haven't noticed, Capcom, back in the day when they dropped Resident Evil in that camera perspective, kind of like the locked perspective.
Yeah.
Pretty much, Dino Crisis was a spin off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Onimusha was a spin off of that. They
Yep,
had a
it
string
was.
of games. Low key, they had a string of games that they were low key Resident Evil, but
Yeah.
they just switched up the theme of it. And Onimusha
Yeah.
was kind of that style too. It was low key Resident Evil, but samurai sword. Even just the style of the game was designed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it honestly, I kind of like the fact that we're getting a lot of action games right now, Jmaine. But I like the
I
way
do
how
like that.
Onimusha looks, that it kind of separates itself to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? Because then again, you don't want to feel like, yo, you want to differentiate yourself at least a little bit. When I look at Onimusha compared to Phantom Blade, it does give me a different vibe. It doesn't look like I'm playing two of the same game. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like it does. Even
Yeah.
you're saying it's a little bit slower pace and stuff like that. From what I saw, I like it. I like from what I saw. Still,
Yeah.
I'm looking
I
forward
guess
to it.
I
Hopefully
would. I
Capcom
would.
delivers.
I guess I would be okay with it being more like slow, like you said, if it wasn't so many enemies on the screen. Like when you see that many
Mm.
enemies on the screen, you feel like you expected like
But
be
the fight
slicing the
all
dice and
fight
niggas
no
up.
fight them all at once.
Yeah, not like all at once, but at least you could take on like I'm pretty sure you can, but it's like they didn't give off that vibe in this trailer. It was almost like he was
Mm.
taking on one at a time and it was
Mm-hmm,
slow and I'm
mm-hmm,
like
mm-hmm.
it just didn't seem right. So I don't know. I want to see some more, but that
But
gameplay showing
the
wasn't
boss
the
fight that
best
they
for me.
show was I enjoyed the boss fight. You know what looked the best? Listen, I was never on the Lost Soul Aside hype train ever, ever, ever. It always looked like whatever to me. The whole Final Fantasy, Devil May Cry look. But I will say,
Mm-hmm.
J-Man, this is the best the game has ever looked in any
It
sort
is.
of trailer, cut, anything. So that got me
It
kind of
was.
excited. And we finally got a
Yeah.
release date for this joint. I think they said like
Yeah.
what I think it was like May 30th, or I could be. Let me just get the right
Yes.
date. Is it May 30th? Just come
Hold
let me
on.
get the right joint. Yeah, May
It
30th. May
is
30th. PC and PlayStation 5.
and
Yes.
PlayStation 5, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yes.
like
Yes.
how they were showing like traversal elements of it, some story element character.
Yeah.
Because I was always wondering like what type of game this a boss rush style where you do like
Nah, it
traversal
seems narrative
through
narrative
environments and
he-
stuff
it
like
seems
that.
narrative heavy. Almost seems like
Yeah,
a Stellar Blade type of narrative heavy, a
yeah,
little
that's what
bit
I'm
type of
getting.
game.
A lot of Stellar Blade vibes. They showcased a lot of different biomes. Um, yeah, so I'm excited to play this.
This look
Fine, it's
good.
been damn near 10 years, I think, since the game was revealed.
I know,
So
I know, I
it
know.
started as a one-person team, but we finally got to get a chance to play it, and I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That release date was
And
definitely good enough.
honestly, like we are seeing a big resurgence in this style. Look, action games has been around. You know what I mean? Like we
Yes.
get actions like fucking Dark Souls and Sekiro, and those are all considered action games, action RPGs, shit like that, right?
Yeah,
But this
yeah, for sure.
super stylized kind of high octane style of games have been missing a little bit, but we're getting a big resurgence of
The
them.
hack and
Like,
slash.
yeah, like the hack and slash, and I'm very, very excited about that. You know, that really gives me back to like, you know, sixth generation vibes. Like those are the type of games that I felt like was in abundance,
Yeah,
in
for
that
sure.
area, in that era. But I'm glad to see, these Chinese devs. I ain't gonna lie, Chinese, Korean devs. They're
They
they're
cook
they're
it.
kind of they're cooking with them action style type of games. And I'm fucking with them. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm fucking with them. You know, I'm so
They
love
came
to
at the
see it.
right
Love to
time
see it.
to
We
give
got
some contrast to the Souls likes.
Yep, yeah, exactly. This year we got we're getting Ninja Gaiden 4, and we got the remake of Ninja Gaiden 2.
Yep.
Like, yo, this I like that. You already know these style of action games I've always been a fan of. So I'm very happy that we're seeing a resurgence of this style of action game is making a comeback. And like you said, I think it's a breath of fresh air where the industry was kind of doing the Souls formula for a really long time. You know what I'm saying? They've
Mhm.
been doing the Soul shit for a bit. So the fact that we're
Shit,
getting a
it
nice mix up
was
is nice. It's definitely really nice.
yeah. The industry was shifted so much that it influenced the way the new God of Wars are made. Like that was definitely influenced by the Souls like game.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's
Now
definitely a
would
fact.
actually be a great time with the resurgence of the Hack and Slash 2 remastered the
The
Greek
OG
saga.
joints, right? The OG
Yeah,
joints.
that would be the perfect time actually now.
Yeah.
If they haven't already been working, they need to.
Yeah, exactly.
Now.
All right, so going through some more of the games. You know what? I've never like except Sonic Transforms was pretty dope in my personal opinion. I like that one. But this
Mhm.
this Sonic Racing Crossroads don't look half bad. I ain't gonna hold you, bro.
They
This shit
really
look half
don't.
bad. It got the whole Ratchet and Clank theme going on for it with the
dimensions,
switching the stages. That's kind of fly,
yeah,
bro. Lie,
that was dope as hell.
Yeah,
I think I was talking to you about like I was hoping like maybe Mario
Kart. What you were
like
saying,
that.
Mario Kart would do that.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, I would see like them to like transport you into different like dimensions. Because I was thinking of the more so how they're gonna have so many more players. So like imagine putting like players into different like dimensions, and they have to like 4 players go here, 4 players go here, and then they come back together.
Yeah, I'm very curious what's gonna be the gimmick for this new Mario Kart 9 that drops. Like, I'm really curious. You know, with the 8 was the whole zero gravity shit, right? You know, Double Dash was the switching the 2 racers. You know what I mean? So I'm really curious. Like the teaser showed that there's gonna be more racers, but I wonder like what else is what's the gimmick for this Mario Kart? I'm definitely curious to see. We'll probably learn about it during their direct that they got coming in the summer. So I thought that Shinobi game looked kind of fire too, bro. We got another. See what I'm saying? More ninjas and samurais. That shit look fire, bro. What do you think?
I think that's from the creators of Streets of Rage 4.
Yeah.
That did look good. That did look good. That's something I probably would want to check out. It if I was just shocked to see a new Shinobi game, let alone it be in this style. It reminded me a little bit of the Prince of Persia, like the side scrolling game, but it was way more action packed. If you ask me, like I feel like it was looking really good.
It was looking good. All right. Yeah. I've been trying to avoid talking about this because I just hate that it exists. I just hate that it exists. PlayStation is really dropping Days Gone Remastered, dog. I hate that this exists. I'm so upset that this. The funny thing is, this game got a patch on the PS5 to run better too.
And it looks great. I played it on the PS5, and it was one of the patches where I was like, "Oh shit, the game looks crispy." Really runs at a nice 60, at least up to 60 FPS. I don't know if it's locked or whatever, but it was running great.
Let's blame Concord for this, bro.
This is Concord tax, bro?
Yeah, this is the Concord tax for real, bro.
Oh my god. You know, now look, all jokes aside, you know what this is for real? This is Ben Student, and this is crazy because this is also a PlayStation admitting they fucked up, right?
About what?
About A Days Gone 2. They fucked up. And as much as I'm not like the biggest fan of Days Gone 2, I mean Days Gone period, they fucked up. So listen to this. Days Gone sold 8 million copies in a year and a half, right?
Yes. It wasn't critically well received though. That was the problem.
It wasn't critically well received, but it sold great. Any other studio would probably greenlight a sequel to that. You might have had some shortcomings in the original game. You might be able to fix them up in the next one, yada yada yada. For some reason, Ben Studios management didn't even pitch a sequel to PlayStation, and the story has been told. We're not getting A Days Gone 2. What they fucked up at is now Ben Studio was put on a live service game because of that. Oh yeah, we don't have nothing really going on with y'all. They put them on a live service game. The live service game gets canceled. Now Ben Studio literally has not made a game or released a game since 2019, and they probably don't have a game coming out
anytime soon.
Yeah. So now you have to have something for them to put out, and what is it? Days Gone. Because why? It sold 8 million copies in a year and a half. Even though you didn't want to make a sequel, that was their best selling product that they put out within the last 5 or 6 years. So we got to put you on something, and this has to be it. And you know what that's going to lead them to? They're going to probably want to end up making A Days Gone 2, and they don't even have the guys. So where do they go from here? They fucked up. As much as, like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Days Gone.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of
the easier route to take was A Days Gone 2 versus all. In hindsight, I should say, the easier route to take was doing Days Gone 2. And that's just the facts. That's just the facts. They fucked up, and the reason this exists is strictly because of that. They don't have nothing else for them to do after you got a canceled game. Yeah, you going on a remaster, brother. That's it. You either getting closed down or you going on a remaster. We need revenue from your studio to keep y'all open.
Keep y'all open. It. So I definitely do understand it, like in that aspect. But god damn, man, I just hate to see it because once again, like you already know, I've said it on the podcast before. Like remasters of games that really are like 2, 3, 4 years old, five
They
years
shouldn't
old, I think are
exist.
so unnecessary. They're
Yeah.
so unnecessary in my
Especially
opinion
when we're
to
in
be
a
patching games
generation
like
of
that.
patches and
Where you can really, you really could just do it.
yeah.
You really could just do that if you really want to just
That
like
was the whole thing
do.
about x86, right? x86, the games are backward compat. They go over and they're transfer easily. We could just update it, yada yada yada. And they did that with Days Gone. They gave it 60 FPS. So it's like, I don't know.
It's definitely a weird situation. Rox is 180 in the chat with a $10 super chat. I do appreciate. He says Days Gone remastered announced by popular demand. I don't get it. I personally don't get it. I can't tell how much different. Even just watching the trailer, like I couldn't even really tell how much different it looks versus like it's. I don't know. I don't get it.
What did they so to get a little bit more of the details, did they have like a new mode or some shit
They
like
added
that?
some new content to it. They're adding some new
Yeah.
modes to it. I don't know the specifics. I don't even want to get into the specifics. I don't know if you want to, but they're adding some horde shit to it. Like, just go ahead and read it up. Go ahead and read it up, then, if you got it.
Yeah. Do I have it? I don't even have it.
All right, just let it go then, because when the game come out, then we'll talk about it then, yo. But they're adding a couple new modes.
Oh, okay. So
today's gone.
The if you already own the game on PS4, you get the upgrade
$10.
If you buy it brand new, it's $70. And yeah, they got like some new horde. They got a new horde mode coming to the game, and yeah, it's supposed to have like improved shadows and stuff like that. Excuse me, it's $50. It's $50 if you buy it brand. Let me correct myself. I don't want to get that wrong. But yeah, it has like improved shadows and textures and stuff like that. So yeah, but I don't even think like, because when did this game come out? Was it 2019?
2019.
So,
it was the same year Death Stranding, I believe, the game came out.
Yeah.
It was a light year for PlayStation that year. Do you remember 2019? They didn't have no bangers that year, bro. They really had Days Gone. They might have had Dreams, and they might have had Death Stranding at the end of the year.
Death Stranding.
It was a light year for PlayStation in 2019. 2020 is where they picked it up and went crazy, right? Final Fantasy Remake, The Last of Us, Part 2, and Ghost
of Tsushima.
I think Ghost as well.
And then at the end of the year, they had
was
PS5 games.
Really weak in terms of first-party content. So I think by default, Days Gone did well, low key, because there's really nothing else to look forward to, at least that year on PlayStation, outside of Death Stranding. They really didn't have no major games that year, bro. It was Days Gone and fucking Death Stranding were the big ones, and like 1-2 smaller ones. So I don't know. Let me read this super chat real quick. This one's from Papa John. It says, y'all notice at the end of all these events, it's one first-party game shown, just one. Do you think there's another state of play soon, maybe in the summer? Guess what? And I wanted to talk, I guess we could rebound to this conversation real quick, and we'll slide this one in. Yo, Jmaine, the roadmap. The roadmap, the famous word that y'all be saying. The famous word y'all be saying, roadmap. Guys, we just want a PlayStation roadmap. Tell us what y'all working on. Jmaine, now it looks like we got a pretty clear idea of what they're working on, Jmaine. Yeah. It seems like the roadmap is kind of here, though. Like, because if you really break down the science, I think I did make a tweet about it, but I could even add more. If we really break down the science behind this, we have PlayStation's roadmap. Insomniac is making Wolverine. That hasn't changed despite the leaks. That hasn't changed. That's going to be their next game. They're making Wolverine. Housemarque is making Saurus. Pretty much Returnal 2. Returnal probably didn't look. Returnal, they said it did well, but I think.
Yeah, why do you think they went with a new IP versus Returnal?
The reason why, this is my logic behind it. My reason why is Returnal wasn't marketable. It wasn't marketable. It didn't probably go as crazy as they wanted to. Yeah. So they're pretty much making Returnal 2, but they're repackaging it as something new that maybe the audience will be more receptive. We got the male protagonist.
Oh, the grizzly male, yeah.
The male protagonist, you know what I'm saying?
The grizzly male.
I guarantee you, Jmaine, the game is gonna pretty much be Returnal. It's gonna be Returnal. Yeah. Maybe a new gameplay mechanic that wasn't in the other one. But it's legit gonna be Returnal. But they just didn't want to call it Returnal 2 because maybe Returnal's just not marketable. They tried it. They
I
put it out
knew.
on console. It didn't go crazy. They put it on PC.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, it didn't go crazy. I'm surprised that the PC version didn't. People didn't even give it a chance. That game is fucking fantastic. They didn't really go too crazy on the. You know what I mean? And the game didn't really do amazing on console either. So maybe that's the reason why. You know what? We want to make Returnal 2. But how about we just make it a new IP, but it's really Returnal 2, you know what I mean? Low key is just Returnal 2. That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like they're gonna approach this one more with the cinematic. Like Returnal had its story, but I feel like it was very like serviceable. I guess it wasn't really at the forefront. I feel like they're gonna approach this one a little bit different with the story.
I guarantee you the gameplay is gonna be
PlayStation game is like source. Yeah, of course.
When I looked at the guy's even outfit, he even had kind of like the jet packs. You remember the spacesuit kind of had like the little like jets in the back, like the little circle things where you boost. The dude had the same thing, the same fit. He pretty much had the same fit, bro. So I'm thinking it's gonna be pretty much Returnal 2, but they just called it a different title because Returnal probably just wasn't marketable. The game didn't go crazy. It did. Yeah, they wanted it to.
I agree. Yeah, I knew this was Housemarque once he started talking about like dying and coming back. I was like, oh yeah, this is Housemarque.
What clicked for me was the little orbs. That's what.
Oh, the bullet hell.
Like, oh yeah.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, this is Housemarque. This is 100% Housemarque. That's what. All right. So back to the list.
Okay, we got what you got? Insomniac with Wolverine.
Housemarque.
Soros.
Naughty Dog with Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
Sucker Punch,
you and me.
Right? Ghosts of Yotai. Haven.
Yep.
Fairgames. Bungie. Marathon. Sony San Diego. MLB The Show. Polyphony Digital.
Gran
Turismo. At this point, what studios does PlayStation have left? They have Santa Monica. Blue Point.
Yep. Blue Point, which should have had a cancel game.
What else do they have left? Fire Sprite.
Yes, Fire Sprite is another one. And I think that's it.
But the funny thing is, they're prestigious studios, right? They're prestigious studios, Jmaine. We kind of already know what they're making. You know what I mean? Like the ones that make the big games. Outside of Sony Santa Monica, we know what Naughty Dog's making. We know what Insomniac's making, and we know what Sucker. Those are like their big studios. I think we all can agree. Those are their
Guerrilla Games, but Guerrilla Games is probably doing Horizon Online and then Horizon 3.
When did Forbidden West drop?
22. So
bro, we're not seeing them anytime soon, bro. We're not seeing them anytime. When have we seen them?
Well, no, I think we see them this year though. I think Horizon Online gets I do think
some sort of multiplayer experience.
Yeah, the multiplayer experience.
Is that Guerrilla solely, or are they working with somebody else?
I don't know. I think it's just Guerrilla solely. It might be like a smaller team working on that.
All right, so we might get that then this year.
What about Media Molecule? You think we see them this year?
Bro, even if we see them this year, do you care?
Here. Media Molecule.
Let's keep it 1,000.
I like Media Molecule.
Let's keep it 1,000. Media Molecule has been irrelevant for years.
Wow, you calling them Media Molecule? That's crazy.
They've been irrelevant for fucking years. Let's call a spade a spade. Media Molecule haven't cooked nothing in a hot minute. I'm not saying that they can't cook. They seem to be a talented group. Just the projects that they work on be buns. Like why y'all making this? Like why y'all making buns? Dreams.
Well, they gotta come. They gotta come with something that's gonna bring some money in. So the last game they came out was Dream 2020, 2019. So yeah, they gotta.
That was a failure. Okay.
Commercially, yes, it was a failure.
Yes,
definitely can agree with that. But outside of that, yeah, I think you're right. We do have a pretty decent roadmap or idea of what everybody's doing. But where the gameplay at, dog? Can I see some gameplay, please? Can I please see some gameplay?
Jmaine, I stand on this, and I will continue to stand on it. Realistically, why people are running around calling this state of play shit and it's garbage. Yo, y'all want PlayStation to do what Xbox did. Like, y'all just have to keep it a buck. A lot of y'all do want that. What Xbox did. Come out, do that big showcase. Blade is coming. It's being made by this. Everwild, State of Decay. Y'all low key want PlayStation to do that.
Oh, you mean what they
want that?
You mean what they
5
what they
years,
used
6
to do?
years, 6 years
What
away,
they used to
7
do.
years away, 7 years away.
What they used to do? Not 6.
Jmaine.
No, that's not true.
When did Hellblade 2 get revealed? Jmaine.
Okay,
when
that's
did
the
Hellblade
outlier.
2. Okay, that's the outlier. When did Everwild get revealed, Jmaine?
Oh, we don't. Yeah, no.
When did State of Decay 3 get revealed, Jmaine?
That was years ago. But no, I'm not even.
That's what y'all want,
but
bro.
see,
That's what
no,
y'all want.
you're comparing it to what Xbox did. I'm comparing it what PlayStation used to do when they revealed Horizon for Zero Dawn. That was revealed in 2016. It was out by 2017. When they revealed Detroit Become Human in 2015, or it was out by the next. Like these games, God of War 28. In 2016 game. You know what I'm saying? They used to reveal games with gameplay, and the shit used to be out with the next few years. They used to do that.
It seems
now they not doing that.
Jmaine, from my observation, it seems like they are before PlayStation used to give at least a 3 year. They want I felt like with some of their major games, they would be like 2 or 3 years away. But it seems like they have narrowed it down a little bit. They have, because even with this Housemarque announcement, that shit once again. We're going to get the game next year. Jmaine, at this point in my life, I don't want nothing to be revealed if it's 4-5 years away. Like, I'm okay.
But it don't have to be. It don't have to be that.
But that's what y'all want. Or y'all going to keep on calling it mid if y'all don't, because y'all want to blow out. It seems like the community just wants a blowout of announcements. Y'all don't even give a fuck when it come out. Y'all just want to know. That's okay. Let me answer this question to me. If they saved Intergalactic and it wasn't at the Game Awards, if they saved Ghosts of Yotai and this Housemarque and put it in one conference, would that have made this State of Play a 10 out of 10 for you? Be honest.
That was all in one showcase?
Even with the lack of gameplay. Be honest. Would you have called that shit a 10? I think you would have. I think the majority of the community would have called that a 10 out of 10.
It would have been a great State of Play. Absolutely would have been a great State of Play. But you know what?
The fact that y'all said, we got Naughty Dog. Oh, we got Housemarque. We got Sucker Punch. Y'all would have said it was y'all would have called it a 10 out of 10. Let's be real. Even without the gameplay that you're talking about.
But no. Because
called it a 10 out of 10.
It would have been a great State of Play, but you know what? There would have still been issues because now it's still the same thing. You're adding more games to the list of games coming out, and yet we don't have no gameplay for nothing. They revealed Wolverine 3 years ago, and we still
for this State of Play specifically.
Always has been the gameplay.
Okay, so you gave this shit like a 3. So you're telling me if Housemarque showed a gameplay trailer, it would have been an 8 for you? Is that what you're telling me?
No. It's not just one game.
So how many games are you expecting then?
I didn't like a lot of the games even shown in the State of Play, regardless if it was first party or not.
That's fair.
That was one of my big things. Even some of the gameplay showings to me weren't that good. But yes, if you're gonna call it a State of Play, it's supposed to be the State of PlayStation. If PlayStation is supposed to be providing us with first party games, which they have announced, is what I'm trying to say. Fairgame was announced years ago. Marathon was announced years ago.
That's fair.
It was announced years ago. Ghost of Yotai is supposed to come out this year. That's 4 games I just named, and we haven't seen shit from any of them. And yet you announced Intergalactic and Sorrows, and we haven't seen shit from those games. And I'm not harping on those, but I'm just saying you're adding more to the list of games you're making, and we haven't seen any gameplay from. That's 6 games that you have announced, and I appreciate it. But where is the gameplay?
Okay.
What happened to the years of 2016 and the end of the PS4 gen? We in the second half of the generation, right? This is when y'all said it's supposed to pick up, right? This is when PlayStation's supposed to do their thing, right? Where's the gameplay then? Where's the gameplay?
Yes, sir. Okay, so how do you guys feel that? Because obviously this is not going to be the last State of Play of the year, Jmaine. I think we already know that. How many State of Plays do we get a year? Do we get 4 or 5?
I think we get about 3 or 4. 3 or 4 a year.
We get like 4 a year.
I think they probably replace showcases. I don't think PlayStation's doing showcases. I think that's over.
So do you guys take issue if each State of Play typically just has one first party announcement in there? Do you guys take issue with that? I guess that's my next question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Do y'all take issue with that? maybe we do a state of play throughout the year, but it has one announcement of a first party game. Do y'all take issue with that?
At this point, I'm okay with the amount of first party games that they have announced. If you're telling me that if each state of play is coming with some new gameplay, maybe some release dates for the first party games, then yes, I'm okay with that. Especially if the state of plays are going to be 3 to 4 a year. I would prefer it to be all in the showcase, but I understand deadlines and development times are different all over the place, and they can't line it up. So state of plays are kind of a little bit better for them to manage because, okay, you don't have your gameplay shit ready this time. We'll catch you next time within the mid-year, towards the end of the year. So I'm okay with that. But at this point, I just need to see gameplay. That's all.
I still don't think I see folks in the chat. I see PS Rewind say showcase. So I actually don't believe that. I do think if
you think they still do one,
I think they'll still do a showcase. I don't know when. I don't know when, but I think the content has to line up. I personally think the content would have to line up where they can brand it that. Because now look how y'all act with a state of play. Look how y'all act with a state of play.
Because so that's all they're giving us.
I understand, but if they do a showcase, expectations are even higher. So at this point, yo, if you're doing a showcase, it has to be grandiose. It has to be super grandiose. And I think the content has to line up. So I do think they will still do that. But maybe right now, just the timeline with shit, it just doesn't line up for them for it to make sense to meet expectations to do a showcase type of situation. Because I think our dream is to have a showcase, right? It has gameplay of Wolverine. We get a gameplay of like a Ghost of Yotai all in one major show. A gameplays of Naughty Dog. I think that's what everybody's kind of clamoring.
Naughty Dog might
be
too soon.
We need something. But I'm just saying that's what the consumers want. That's what the gamers hear. That every time they do a showcase, it's fucking garbage. 2 out of 10, 1 out of 10. That's the type of show it seems like the people are looking for. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like that's what people are looking for.
But the thing is, these expectations are only there because PlayStation set them. That's what I want to like get to the nitty gritty. Like people act like we are the crazy ones for expecting to see gameplay from these PlayStation set these expectations.
That 2018
and then they pull it back.
The reality
2016
was it 2018
it was 2016. 2016 really was like
that was the Days Gone. That was the Days Gone one.
That was Days Gone Horizon. That was God of War, Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human.
That shit fucked y'all up. They did so good of a job that now y'all expect like we need that. Like y'all been looking for that ever since.
But
that shit was a really good show though. That might be one of the best shows ever.
And those games were out within the next 2 years, 3 years, tops.
3 years. It was like 2
that
years.
That is perfectly fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And then you gave us more gameplay within the years leading up to it. Now everything is so close to the chest. You know what you run the risk of is that when certain shit don't hit, now your year is looking quiet. It's like, oh my God. Oh Lord. Like you showed us a reveal here and none of your other first party offerings were really that great. Now it's like, damn, what else do we have to go off of? You got to keep the fans fed. Starving, but fed. Like starve them, feed them. Starve them, feed them. Starve them.
But the funny thing is, I think 2025 is gonna be a good looking year for PlayStation first party wise. It's probably gonna be better than last year. We got like Ghost. We got Ghost
and Death Stranding.
And they publishing Lost Soul. I know it's coming on PC, but that's in the normal thing. At this point, y'all gotta take that out of your mind that the game's strictly on console. Yo, that shit's out of here, bro. That shit's out of here.
Yeah. Especially for like
you guys can't negate it
now.
or
second party games.
Y'all can't negate it now at this point that like it was on PC now. Like, you know what I mean? If they publishing it, that counts, right? Y'all do the same thing for Xbox, right? Those games are coming in everywhere. But y'all still count their games, right? They publishing it in multiple places, right? So whatever PlayStation is publishing, we got to count it under what you're all bringing to the table. So if we're looking at the list, what they got so far, if the multiplayer games that they got coming out kind of hit, then at least first party wise, it might be better than last year. It might be better than last year because Ghost is pretty big, right?
If Marathon or Fairgames come out and it's good, if Ghost of Yote come out, I'm expecting that to be good. Death Stranding 2, expecting that to be good. That's a solid year from first party. So I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Yeah.
I was damn near expecting a 10-minute Kojima state of play.
Well, they're doing some sort of sit down. I don't know if that's when they're gonna announce a release date, but we know the game's coming out because PlayStation did a financial report, and the two main games their major games that they were focused on this year, they said it was Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yotai. So We know the game's coming out. Those 2 games are coming out this year, but we
That
just
leaves
missed
me a
the
little
release
bit.
date.
That leaves me a little bit worried about Fair Games America. The fact that they
Did
didn't.
one of them get delayed?
If it is one, it's Fair Games.
To be
I
honest,
think Fair
they
Games.
should only release 1 this year.
I agree.
I don't think they should release 2, especially if they're both first-person shooters.
I think
like
you go with the one that is more seasoned in terms of how to handle a live service game, and that's Bungie. And you take all the learnings that you have from Concord and what you've been going through with Bungie, and you'll put it out next year.
And honestly, if you were gonna release both, one of them should have been out already. To be honest, you understand?
Yeah, because
you understand. Top of the year.
Because
one of them should have been out already. Like,
and how you're supposed to release
look like? Like if Marathon and Fair Games come out at the same time, like is it gonna be a couple of months apart? Like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Even though they might be different games, you'd be stepping on your own toes
for that.
Yeah, and you want to have a good alpha, a good beta, time for feedback, time for development changes and shit.
It's no different than what EA did with Titanfall 2. Dropping that in between like a Battlefield and Call of Duty. Even
Call of Duty.
That's competition. But both you release
with your own game.
2 shooting games. And that doesn't make sense. So if they were planning to release both of them, like one should have been out at the top of the year. While there's nothing happening. At least, people it could gauge it. Like the newer game Loki should have dropped at the top of the year. The newer game, like something like Fair Game should have been like a January, February release. Have people, if it was good, have people play that until obviously your more prestigious studio with a big background history for maybe towards the end of the year. That would have made way more sense. But if they release those 2 games close together, I don't know how that's going to work out. Unless one of them.
Do you see Fair Games? Do you see a possibility where Fair Games?
Say that again. You cut out.
Oh, you can hear me? Check.
I can hear you.
Okay. Do you see a possibility where Fair Games?
Yo, every time you say something, every time you get to that point, it cut, bro. Your mic, bro.
It cut out.
yo,
you can hear me, yo.
One more time. Hopefully, don't do that shit again.
Do you see a possibility where Fair Games gets canceled?
Ooh, that would be wild, huh? God damn, that would be wild, bro.
But I mean, if we got to be honest, like the live service initiative has taken a hit, so they looking at them a little bit, more stricter probably, and taking more like,
we talked
a different approach,
bro. They look we talked about this before. It's just the money that they waste on it. It's really just that. Like, like Fair Games shouldn't be something that costs them so much money. They should like, you know what I mean, like. That game shouldn't cost them that much money, like so much money to make. But knowing PlayStation, they're probably spending an arm and leg just getting that out the door. Knowing them, like it seems like for some reason they can't keep their budgets in control. You know, I don't know, man.
The reason I asked that only is because the reception for the game right now is in the toilet,
which is weird too, because we haven't seen nothing.
Right, and as much as I've been trying to preach, as much as I've been trying to preach that. It's just it is what it is. At some point, something. And do you cut your losses?
But if you cut your losses, you have to cut that shit early, bro. You don't cut that shit at late.
That's what I'm saying.
Time. That's a problem, though. If they cut it late, then they're just gonna push it out the door. Type of situation.
Or do you risk having the same shit with Concord, where you actually push some shit out and 2 weeks later it's gone? And you're refunding everybody the money.
You can't do that double.
You know what I'm saying?
Twice.
You can't have that
twice. That's nuts.
Again.
Twice is nuts.
Right.
Twice is nuts.
Right.
Twice is nuts.
Exactly.
They did that.
Twice is like, nigga, you better not ever put out another live service game again.
Yeah, and then PlayStation do not make another multiplayer game ever again. If they do that twice. Twice is nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, for the fact that we haven't seen it in so long, what happened with Concord and the reception of it without even seeing gameplay, unless they really feel like, but then again, I don't even trust Sony judgment on live service games, but unless they across the board, they seen Fair Games and it was like, nah, this is something, like it gotta be something. Unless they feel like that looking at it, then why not just cut your losses?
Maybe unless there's something there. You never know. Maybe there's something there that it might It might beat the allegations. Right now, everyone's is already writing it off, but you never know. Who knows? Like, who knows at this point? You know what I mean? So
Chad saying Kofi wanted to see it come out just so he can get the platinum.
the funny thing is, hear me out. But yo, hear me out, Jmaine. Really think back. Helldivers, I wasn't getting shit on like Concord or Fairgames, but people weren't really gassed for that game. Think back. Niggas weren't like gassing it, but it turned out to be a smash, right? A mega smash for them. They said that shit did better than Spider-Man. Remember that Yoshida said that himself. That shit did better than Spider-Man, and he shot
That's
by
facts.
that shit. But when Helldivers was being revealed throughout, people weren't really going crazy for it. Like, it didn't have so much. I don't know when the hype train like hit like that. Like, it's hard to pick. I forgot what happened exactly. That all of a sudden it turned into like this mega thing. It
was never as bad as a Concord, but it did have some pushback.
People we didn't see much commentary about it. Like, oh, we can't wait for this. That wasn't the conversation around Helldivers 2.
Right. Because they even did the thing too.
Cool, like, you know, like people were saying,
where they put out the gameplay and they had that multiplayer commentary that's cringy and corny. They even had that, and people was like, "Oh, that's." But I just think with them, everything that they put out showed gameplay. So regardless of,
and they hit at a nice price point too. I think they just they just hit a nice price point. I think it was just a perfect time for that game, and it was obviously a quality game, and people saw that, and obviously it hit both platforms at the same time. So, and I think I really do believe that Steam number is a blessing and a curse. That concurrent players is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah,
I think when it comes to the online perception of it, it's just like when an album drops. We were talking about music at the top of the podcast.
Yeah,
when your album drops and you see the number did 300 first week sales. Oh, oh shit.
People feel like, oh shit, I gotta go check it out.
Let me go listen. I feel like it's the same kind of effect with the whole the whole Steam shit. I felt that's what kind of built Helldivers into something. Like it got a strong start, and people was getting extremely positive reception. I think that game was a product of word of mouth at its highest degree. We saw the social media memes, the funny friendly fire clips started popping up. Then we just started the concurrent players start going crazy, start rising up. People were like, let me check this out. Then the PlayStation man's probably like, yo, this shit going crazy over here. Yo, shit, this on our console too. Let me buy this too over here. And this shit went crazy. I don't know if they can recreate that. It must be hard to recreate something like that. Sometimes like that shit is so organic, you can't even plan for that type of shit.
But you know what the underlying theme is there is that at that point the game told the story. The gameplay told the story of the game. They didn't present it with, okay, we're telling you the story of these characters, and then you go play the game with these characters. So you just let the gameplay do the storytelling for you instead of focusing so many hundreds of millions of dollars on trying to tell the story to the gamer, and then you go play it. You just got to let the game tell the story. That's it.
Exactly.
For a multiplayer game, always let the game tell the story.
Yes, sir. We do have a super chat donation. This one is from Gian the Don. He says, "What's the plot armor medium molecule got? I need that." Loki, the fact that they still like they still alive and there's no shots at anyone. The fact that they still alive and they still the lights running PlayStation. I don't know. They got someone on Jim Ryan. They got someone on. Oh, he's not there no more. They got someone on somebody over there, yo. They got. I don't know what kind of why their lights are on still because they haven't cooked nothing in a minute.
I think it's the Little Big Planet mascot revenue that they brought in.
But that shit's dead.
No, I know it's dead, but it was a big part of reviving it. I'm telling you. I'm just
bro.
I know like
even the latest one wasn't received so well. Like 3 wasn't a.
It's true. It's true. But 1 and 2 probably made PlayStation a lot of money, especially with the microtransactions. Little Big Planet had so many microtransactions. When I tell you, you could buy costumes for literally every character that you could ever fucking think of in gaming history. Little Big Planet probably generated the most revenue PlayStation saw from a first-party multiplayer game ever. People was buying crazy skin packs for that game. So I think they generated so much money there that they gave them a little bit of a leash where Tearaway might have not did well. Dreams flopped. Let's give him one more shot. And then that's probably it. I literally think that's what it was.
okay, just back to the whole Media Molecule thing. I just hope they make a normal game, guys. Just y'all creative, make a platformer. PlayStation just said that off the backs of Astrobot's success. We want to make a family game. Beautiful. Y'all have a studio that could do that. Media Molecule, just make a platformer. Make a creative platformer again. Something unique. Tearaway was lame. I ain't gonna lie. I played on the PS Vita.
No, you bugging. You bugging.
Tearaway was lame.
You're
bro.
bugging. You're bugging.
I put that shit down, bro. Tearaway was lame, bro. I put that shit down, bro. I put that down, bro. I did not. I played that for that shit put me to sleep.
Bro, that made the most usage of the Vita in terms of the camera, the touchpad. What? Nah, no
that was
way.
Me the whole time playing Tearaway. I was snoring, bro.
Tearaway was great,
bro.
Tearaway was great.
I ain't gonna lie. Media Molecule, they haven't made games I kind of fuck with. I ain't gonna lie. I don't fuck with Little Big Planet. 1 or 2 or 3 or none of them. I don't fuck with Tearaway. I don't fuck with Dreams. Low-key, if they left, I wouldn't even be heartbroken. I wouldn't even be heartbroken whatsoever.
Yeah, you uncultured right now. You uncultured as fuck, dog.
DrewTube, Tearaway was trash. Shout out to DrewTube. He knows the game. He knows game. Who in the chat here played Tearaway? That shit was buns, bro. Let's keep it 1,000. That shit, Jmaine gassing it. That shit was buns, bro. That shit was. Hey, yo,
Tearaway was great.
Yo, Leaky, you might be onto some. Jmaine is a Media Molecule glazer, low key, because he was that man that came on the podcast and said he's gonna play Super Mario in Dreams. He was gonna have all this fun in Dreams. He's gonna beat Matt. I do remember that Jmaine saying some dumb shit like that. That boy played Dreams for 1 week. That played Dreams for 1 week. Never turned it on again. That boy never turned on Dreams again. Facts.
It's not my fault they didn't support the game.
He played Dreams for a whole week and put that down.
I wanted Media Molecule to do more in-game content. Game they didn't show. Couldn't show.
Low key.
That's all it was.
None of their games kind of resonated with me. Now that I really think about it, Media Molecules, none of their games resonated with me, bro. None of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's a tough low for you. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's difficult. Tearaway was great.
Insomniac has always been superior. They always been superior. The Ratchet and Clank games are always been better, especially for that for the platforming action adventure games. They just been better. I'm sorry to tell you that. I know Little Big Planet got a little thing. I said Insomniac is just better. It's better.
Okay.
Their games resonated with me more throughout PlayStation's history, like playing like Tools of Destruction and stuff like that. Like those games are just better.
It was just different. It was just different with Little Big Planet. Like just the creation of the levels, and it was just different. It wasn't the same style of gaming. It was Little Big Planet was like a damn near 2D, 3D type of side scrolling.
I heard people are making some cool shit with that shit, so I ain't gonna hate on it too much. People are making some cool shit with that shit, but I just never got jiggy with the controls because the controls I just hated how the platforming. Yo, I'm in an era we play super like the Mario joints. The platforming in those games are sharp, precise. The floaty jumping by Sackboy, I just never liked. The
floaty controls added to because what made the floaty controls funny is that it created these unique moments where you would, you're trying to platform and get through this certain level and do certain things and activate, and it might not work properly or it might not work like as precise as you might want it to, but it just created a funny moment. And that's why I enjoyed the flow controls. It's like it just created different moments between the different creative levels. Listen, y'all gonna listen. Next Media Molecule game, y'all gonna learn to put respect on their name. They're gonna create a nice.
Normal. Don't make a system that people create shit. Like what y'all doing, bro? Just
make a
game, man. Just make a game.
I get it. Yeah, I just want them to create the game, and I think they're gonna create a fire game. That's what Tearaway was, by the way. And yeah, you shitting on it, but you know what I'm saying? They created the game with Tearaway. You shitting on it. But yeah.
Make a game, bro. Just make a regular game, please. And then you can make a family. And make it a low budget game too. Like just make a AA game, bro. Call it a day, yo. Make a cool AA game and call it a day.
I couldn't imagine their games take up a lot of budget to make. Especially when they making fucking systems for you to make the game.
Shit, but what's taking up all the budget is keeping the fucking lights on and not doing nothing. Keeping the lights on for all these fucking years, yo.
We're about to get a Dreams remastered. Hold on.
That would send me, yo. That would send me. I know we're kind of all over the place, but we pretty much wrapped up the conversation about that state of play. Once again, I liked
Yeah.
a lot of the announcements there, so I'm giving it a 6 out of 10. All y'all said it was dog shit, but I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 personally for me. Yeah, obviously I would love more first party. I would love more. I would love a look at Ghost of Yotai, but we're like at this point, it's kind of hard to get mad and throw a fit because we know the game's coming out this year. We're most likely gonna get another state of play or something that they're gonna do a deep dive on it. Like, let's just be real. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry we didn't get it here, but I'm pretty sure the game that is coming out this year, we're gonna get another look at it sometime this year as we get closer to its release. So I'm sure we are gonna see it. So I'm not really too pressed that this state of play wasn't the big blowout game that y'all were like looking for, but like I'm just really happy that we got something from first party that was Housemarque's game, which I am. I can't wait to. They promised gameplay too this year, so who knows? Who knows? Well, at what point they're gonna show it, but I'm looking forward to that.
If they're giving us gameplay this year, then that game might be like the top of 2026.
Love to see it. Love to see it. I'm always co-signing something getting revealed and it's coming out a year later or the same year. I'm always gonna co-sign it. I love that shit. I love that shit. I wish more announcements were like that. Low key, if your game is far away, like I said, if your game is 4 years, I don't want to hear about it. I'm sorry. I know y'all want roadmaps and shit, but I don't want to hear about none that's 5 years away, 6 years away.
Then I just see you up in arms about Wolverine. I don't see enough tweets
I'm
about
upset.
Wolverine
I'm
from
upset.
you.
I felt like I told somebody they showed that shit way too early. They showed that shit too early, bro.
Nah,
They
since
showed
you
that
signed
way
that
too early.
contract, I ain't hear you say shit
Here we
about
go.
Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you more up in arms about that.
I swear I told
Up
somebody
up in claws. Sure. Somebody posted some new leaked Wolverine gameplay in my
Really?
fucking mention. Bro, that shit, I don't know what they doing over there on PC, but it's looking more developed. I don't know what dog. I don't know, dog. I've seen this gameplay before, but this what they showed me looked better than what I saw. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know what the
I don't know
PC
what they got going.
shit.
I don't know. They're building their own game. They took
That's
assets
what I
and like,
think.
yo, fuck it. We just build it ourselves.
Bro, I literally think that's what's happening. I think they're like finishing the game from the leaked assets that came up. That shit is weird.
These niggas are nuts, bro. Just drop that Wolverine should be the first game that we're like, yo, fuck it. We're just gonna drop it.
Drop
at the same
drop
time,
everything else. Oh no, you bugging. You bugging.
Yeah, you're about to co-sign that shit. You're about to co-sign that shit. You're about to pay me my money. You're about to pay me my money.
Yo, low key. When that new Housemarque game got revealed,
and
they said, "Dog." I got shook because he said it's coming to PS5 and then he said PS5 Pro. Dog, I thought he was about to say PC. I was about to say, yeah, this would count.
This would count. This would count for it.
Oh,
right?
absolutely would count. It absolutely would count. I was so scared.
They're gonna do it one day. I'm telling you, they're gonna do that one game that they do it. It's gonna be hilarious, yo. They definitely gonna do it, bro. They definitely gonna do it. Like, look where we're going. All right, so let's get into some analytics real quick. When because we did get some reports from PlayStation, in terms of like updates in their quarterly reportings. We don't have to go. We're not gonna deep dive it. We could just keep it real surface level. The PlayStation has now sold 75 million or shipped. They said this says shipped, but they have shipped 75 million consoles. The consoles, this generation that y'all called the worst generation. No one's gonna buy PlayStations because they're trying to put games on PC. Everyone's going to jump ship. Right now, it's smoking the competition right now. Absolutely decimating the competition. Right
What's
now.
The competition? Xbox, nigga?
Yes,
what the fuck?
Yes.
Nigga, that ain't no damn competition.
That's their direct competitor. That's their direct competitor at this point.
If anything, the recent Xbox news is the reason that PS5 is even selling. Niggas like, oh shit, all right, well, fucking Xbox will show up.
Yes, that is their competition. That's their competitor.
No damn competition.
They decimated the competition.
Nigga, that's an ally at this point. Xbox is an ally.
75 million units has been shipped. The PlayStation will be another console that hits over 100 million. I think it's obvious.
We ain't even get a proper GTA yet, and it's already.
Yeah, that's the funny thing.
It's
when
over.
GTA drops, it's gonna search for everybody.
Yeah,
it's gonna search for. I think Xbox console sales are gonna be up. I think PlayStation consoles is gonna be up because obviously that's gonna be the preferred platform where people wanna play. Yeah. So when GTA drops, I think that console sales number is about to look even crazier because at that point You know, the people who are kind of holding back to the old shit, or I don't have a need to upgrade. This is gonna be the joint that makes them do it. This will be the game that makes people buy that next generation system.
And for the people that already have PS5s, they probably gonna, if they want to play
they
it,
want a pro.
you know, if the update is nice and it's running better on it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shit, that's bro. This if it coming out this year, because they have double this year, from Take-Two and all of that. Yeah, this is gonna go even crazier.
Yeah, Take-Two double down that the game's dropping this year. They double down.
Yeah,
I think in your latest thing. Are y'all still team delayed or it's coming out? I'm still team 2025.
I've been on team 2025 too.
Okay,
I've been
great.
on team.
That's great. Some people are saying
I think it's coming out
one more delay is coming. A lot of people have been saying that. I think I'm team 2025.
I don't think so. I think it's coming out this year. And in fact, if we pay attention to when Borderlands release date is, I think we can almost narrow down when this game is coming out. Not that Borderlands is shit, like, you know, GTA is scared of Borderlands, but it is from the same publisher and Take-Two. So they don't, if you don't want to step on Borderlands toes, you keep GTA a little bit away from Borderlands 4.
When was the release date for Borderlands 4?
Borderlands was September.
So what do you think GTA would be?
I think GTA 6
be in November.
Is November. Yeah, I think it's November.
Damn, that'll be if they drop that around the holiday season, Jmaine. Wow. Christ. You know how important of an IP that you literally bring like mad business to the console space. Like you bring like this game itself, this piece of this software literally helps the entire industry. It helps Microsoft. It puts a whole lot of money in their pocket. Puts a whole lot of money in PlayStation's pocket. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking crazy.
That's the biggest IP right there.
Yeah. You think even if it's coming out the tail end of it's obviously gonna shatter and be the best selling game in MPDs. You think that, right?
Oh yeah, easily.
Yeah.
I don't think even the if anything, maybe because you know Nintendo is playing Nintendo platform, and we get a new, I don't know, maybe a new Mario Kart.
No, longevity will be crazy, but I think that year it definitely won't be number one. Ain't no
way.
It won't be. Ain't no way. That game a Mario Kart will go on to sell something stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But the year that it drops, they ain't gonna do GTA numbers. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do that.
No. Especially because GTA is gonna be on multiple platforms too, and everybody that owns, I don't care if you own a Series S, nigga, you buying GTA. Like every Series S, Series X, PS5, PS5 Pro, like shit. Even if they come out with a, I don't know what they're doing for the Switch too, but shit, a cloud streaming version or a native, you're buying that.
That's
too.
A good question. You think GTA is gonna appear on the Switch? I don't think so. I don't think GTA 6 will be on the Switch.
I don't see how. I can't.
But the thing is, they have all the major third-party support. I'm talking about the new Battlefields, GTA, all them type of games ain't gonna be on the Switch too.
Rockstar said they're gonna support the Switch fully. The new Switch fully.
I definitely see that. I definitely see that they will do something. Do that, but I think not they're gonna support it better. Yeah, I think they're gonna support it better than they did in the past. Maybe put some legacy games on there. You know how like they put like the GTA collection and put the San Andreas. I don't know if they're ever gonna. Maybe the Switch 2 now can do GTA 5. I imagine they just put GTA 5 on the Switch now. I could see that.
Wait, GTA 5 is not on the Switch?
No.
Oh shit! I thought that
I could see GTA 5 come into the Switch too, because GTA 5 runs really good on the Steam Deck. So I could see it coming like that. But the GTA 6, I'll bet money that don't make it.
Okay. So GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2.
I could see that. Like, we're gonna support it better by porting some of the older shit that can run. But I really do believe the Switch 2 is not gonna see all major third party support shit like that. I don't see it. I really don't.
Bro, I think they will even fuck around and do a cloud version on the Switch if they have to.
I don't think so. You think so?
Bro, I think so. I think
Rockstar want the money.
I just don't think you even miss opportunity disregard the Switch at all. Like no matter how you got to do it, if doing it natively is not possible,
we gotta do it.
Streaming that shit, we gonna put it on there. Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. In the quarter, well, back to the whole financial reporting that PlayStation dropped. I think in the quarter they said they shipped 9.5 million Consoles?
Yeah, 9.5 million in the quarter, second best Q3 on record, and the best quarter ever for the PS5.
Wow.
So that
It's
was
killing it. They
something
killing
I
it.
read where they said they was actually it exceeded expectations for this quarter. So they weren't expected to do this well. I'm
Bro,
not
PlayStation is default console. Yo, in 2025, bro, it's been yo, at this point,
it's
PlayStation is
solidified
the
now.
standard. It's the standard
It,
console, bro. I keep on
it's the
telling y'all
standard
niggas,
home
bro.
console.
Even if quote unquote, it seems like you go online, everyone's mad, everyone's complaining, it's all doom and gloom, it's shit, it's garbage, but yet we're getting record breaking numbers. We're getting they're still selling as they're only I think internationally they're only a little bit behind the PS4, but you have to understand at this
Yeah,
point the
it's like a
PS4 had a
million.
yeah, but at this point, the PlayStation 4 was much cheaper. It was much
Yeah, it
cheaper.
was. It
They
was.
had a permanent price drop at this point.
And
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
what I think is the biggest like driver for this quarter is that they had that fucking Black Friday sale. Well, it was like 300 for the PS5 digital joint. You can get it for at the lowest. So that I think that helped a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
But I do think that I think the conversation online versus what we see in the numbers, I just think that's two different conversations though.
What do you
Like
think?
people
You mean
complaining
that?
about like people complaining about the first party, like that's just the core audience.
Yeah, that's like
As
a
far
yeah
as
core thing. Yeah,
yeah, as far as the sales go, people gonna like you said, people gonna buy PS5 because like
that's the console. It's a console to
that's
buy. It's just a console
that's
to
the
buy.
yeah. Like if you want to
That's it.
play
Like
everything,
just play
especially
games.
with
That's
Xbox
it's
bringing their
default
games
console.
over, you want to play everything the third party games like PlayStation. That's
Yeah,
just
at
it
this
is. What
point, it's just no brainer. If you're outside and you're looking to buy a console, like it's just a no brainer to buy a PlayStation. You have to just buy a PlayStation.
yeah.
Papa John's with a super
Um.
chat donation. He says, "What happened to Halo and Gears reveal at State of Play? It was never gonna. That was never gonna happen. Let me tell you something. You see how Forza Horizon 5 got revealed for the PlayStation? That's how Halo is gonna get revealed, and that's how any. That's how they 343 is gonna tweet that out. Coalition is
yeah.
gonna tweet that out. They're not gonna pop out. It's not gonna pop up in a State of Play that. Oh, by the way, we got Halo. If anything, Microsoft will do a developer direct and be like." These games are coming out. Oh, this Halo remake is coming out to Xbox, and we're finally bringing Halo to everywhere for everyone to play. They're more inclined
Yeah.
to do that than for that to show up randomly at a State of Play. So I even said that before. I didn't expect any sort of Xbox games at a State of Play. I think Microsoft themselves will announce it at their own shit, or it's gonna be like a social media type of blog post situation if it's getting announced. Those are
I
the
can
only
see
two
that.
avenues.
Yeah. My prediction for anything Halo or Gears related to PS5 is Summer Games Fest with Jeff Keighley.
That's a good
I think we
prediction.
might get announced in there.
I say
Yeah.
Microsoft. I say Microsoft does it themselves. See how they did it with the developer direct low key? Like, we're publishing this Ninja Gaiden 4, but I see at this point they're
It's
not
coming to
shy.
PS5.
They're not shy
Yeah.
at putting at the end of the trailers the platforms just coming on. Back in the day, they would just say it's coming to Xbox. Then later on, you find out. You go on YouTube, you find out. Oh, there's a trailer for the Switch. Oh, there's a trailer for. Then you find
Right.
out later. But you see now
Right.
Microsoft with this latest developer direct. They're telling you what's coming for Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, right on their own shit. So I think they don't care, bro.
You low key just made me. I ain't gonna lie.
They don't care. Why? Why you got depressed?
Because no, dog. Remember back with the E3s or the showcase, they'd be like world premiere,
Yeah.
Xbox exclusive.
Nah,
Like
that's over. That's over.
no,
That's over.
that
That's
shit
over.
used to hit different. Like
That
man,
shit is over,
what we
bro.
about to see? What we
We
about
can't
to
live.
see?
We can't live in the past now. At that point, at this point, like just crying about that shit is y'all just it's over for that, bro. So y'all gotta let that shit go.
Yeah,
At
it's
this
done.
point, that shit is over.
They got the speaking of Xbox games coming to PS5, Age of Mythology and Age of
Oh, yeah.
Empires coming to
Two.
PS5 this year.
Yeah, that's
That's your bag, Kofi. Hold on. What you
I
doing with that?
bro.
What
I
you
retired,
doing with
bro. I
that?
retired, bro. I'm not playing AOE
Now you
no more,
retire.
bro.
What about that
Nothing,
Jack
bro.
Move account? Hold on. What about that Jack Move account?
Let me look what that platinum looking like. The platinum looking right now. I might have to take a look.
Yeah, you in there? You wait. You got all achievements and shit on the on that game?
Nah, but I haven't really gone for it. They don't seem too bad though. They don't seem too
Oh,
crazy.
okay.
But
You
I've
just
never
don't play
played.
within the
I've never.
style to get
I
all
just
the
never played.
achievements.
We don't. And I just never played Age of Empire 2 with a controller before, so I'm not used to seeing how that's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? I'm not used to playing with a controller. That game is so like it's a mouse and keyboard joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything else that we should
From
talk
the
about before
report.
we get out?
Oh,
Even in general, I think
just
we got the main things. I don't know if there's anything worth talking about. I know we were discussing on the timeline like the operating costs is like 7% and shit like
yeah,
that.
the profits and
The
stuff like
profits,
that.
yeah, the profits. But
Yeah.
PlayStation's doing well. PlayStation's doing well.
Yeah.
Clearly they probably want to make their profits margin larger. So
Yeah,
obviously, what
definitely.
company doesn't want to do that? So that's kind of just stating the obvious. Obvious.
I think we
The
should.
ways that they're gonna approach it, I think is actually the interesting conversation. Whether
Hmm.
they're gonna be more multi-platform focused, whether they're gonna do like the strategies that they have to improve their profit
Hmm.
margins, whether they're gonna focus on smaller titles or who knows what they're gonna do in the future. But,
Yeah.
so I guess we'll
All
have to
right.
wait and see.
Yeah. Oh, what about the PSN outage? Were you
You know what?
impacted by that?
I wasn't impacted by that because that's when I was playing like Avowed and I was like deep into the reviews and shit, so I wasn't really impacted by that. But like, no, it impacted me, but I wasn't pressed. I wasn't turning on my PlayStation around that time anyway, so I
Gotcha.
couldn't care less. But I did see a lot of
Yeah.
people go crazy, and PlayStation responded, giving people 5 days to 5 days extra of PS
Yeah, they
Plus.
gave us
So
some compensation that people told me I was overreacting to ask for. What, like what? I pay for this shit. So yes, I
yeah,
want
they
some
should give you
compensation.
they should give you the days back. So they did the right
Yeah.
thing, giving 5 extra days. They did the right thing.
It was weird though, like
Mhm.
that it was down for so long. And because it hasn't been like that for PSN was down for damn near 24 hours. That's approaching PS3 days where that shit used to be regular. And 24
Mm.
hours was like, okay, that's normal. Like, but now, especially now that we paying for this shit, it's like we can't be having no downtime like that. Now, in terms of them explaining what happened, all of that, like it's not like them explaining the operational issues that anything different. A lot of people wanted like a whole explanation about it. I understand like in terms of like credit card information compromise. But I'm gonna let you know right now, if you got your information, take it off. Take it off. Don't leave your information, credit card information, debit card information on there. On any of these games. If I'm being quite honest, I don't like leaving my information on nothing because hackers can get into your shit. My PSN account got hacked. Motherfuckers bought
Mm.
mad shark cards from GTA on my.
Oh shit.
Yeah, they went, bro. They went crazy with shark cards.
Yo, can't you set a pin? Can't you set a pin?
Well, now, yeah, you can. They got all types of like two-step verification and stuff on that. So, but I game share, so I don't like to do the two-step game verification
Mm.
because then I gotta send the code. But yeah,
Mm.
it's just a lot of steps. I just don't leave none of my so
I
nobody
see.
can get into my information.
I
But
see. I see.
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
just a little outage for a day. I was outside anyway, so it's me. But I'll take those 5 days for sure.
Yeah. All right, yo. I think that's about it, man. I think we pretty much covered uh most of the main topics that we wanted to really discuss. You know, now that Ted Price has retired, I think he did an interview with kind of funny games, right? Am I correct
Yeah.
in that?
Yep, I
And
watched it.
pretty much they were saying that they did pitch a Resistance 4. I think this was like the big story at the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
PlayStation rejected Resistance 4, and I did not lose no sleep.
Damn,
I did
damn,
not lose
damn.
no sleep after hearing that, bro.
Listen,
I
this is
slept like
a
a baby, bro.
Kofi is a PS3 era multiplayer hate. So please do not listen to any of his opinions from PS3 greats like a Resistance. But nah,
I
all
had no
joke
problem going to bed.
all jokes aside, Resistance 3 sold like dog shit. And I could see why PlayStation financially didn't want to support a new Resistance game. As of right now, I think at least PlayStation the spirit of remasters. I think they should at least explore remastering some of those
I think that's what they
Resistance
did.
games.
Collections. Y'all need
A
easy, quick money.
collection,
Let's do some
yeah.
collections, bro. Like people will buy
Do
that.
some gauge the interest of that collection. See if maybe it might be worth reviving the franchise. But I'm not 100% mad at them for turning down an Insomniac Resistance at that time. Especially since they did Spider-Man. Like, it kills me though, like, because I can't be too mad. Like, it kills me. Like, people love a developer like Insomniac, but once they get a game or a franchise or an IP actually from, now people was like, oh, Insomniac is a mother. Now, motherfucker, they actually making money from this. Like, y'all wasn't buying the other Insomniac games in droves for them to keep making that shit. It's clear. Resistance didn't get a new IP. I mean, a new game. Ratchet and Clank was the only thing that y'all was buying. So for them to actually keep going and they had to link up with PlayStation, Spider-Man has to be the way. Wolverine would have to be. X-Men would have to be. So then eventually maybe they can take some games that are outside of that they want to make. And they seem to be happy making Marvel games. So I'm going to let them fuck it.
Dog.
Yeah, I definitely didn't buy no fucking what's that game called that came to Xbox?
What?
That Insomniac game that came to Xbox. What's that shit called?
Sunset Overdrive?
Sunset Overdrive. Definitely didn't buy that shit.
Yo, the thing is, listen, the whole thing when it comes to the remasters, I just remaster the games that deserve it. Like I don't mind no fucking remasters here and there. Just remaster the games that fucking need a remaster. I think that's my sentiment. I'm somebody who loves revisiting games like that Ninja Gaiden Black 2 shit. I might play a little bit before I go to bed of that shit. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, that's a great remaster.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that, the timing of that is just beautiful. Like, yo, PlayStation can be doing stuff like that, and I think the community will be well received that type of shit. Like we will like that type of shit. I think it's not even the remakes. I think it's just the games that they're choosing is what people have something to say. Like Horizon Zero Dawn, like, is that necessary? Days Gone, is that necessary? Well, yo, like, it's not, like, that's not the only games y'all got over there. Like, y'all got a lot of classics over the years. You know what I mean? Y'all could touch up something and bring it back, and let's see what it does. You know what I mean? Like, if y'all want to go that route because y'all want to make some extra coins, and I'm not mad at that. Give us an opportunity to buy some of these older games that we loved by you in the past, but just do them justice. What they did with Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, man, fantastic. I would love to see something like that done with God of War 1. I would love to see that. You see how that kind of got that facelift that it got, but it kind of remained similar. I would love to see something like that with the first God of War. I would love that. I would throw money at that. You know what I mean?
The thing is,
to see that God of War 2 as well. If they can do that, shit would be fantastic.
The PlayStation of like the PS3, PS4 era, more so the PS3 era, they were remastering that we haven't seen since like the PS2 era.
Like, which is dope. Like
yeah.
like bringing back like
Jack and Dexter. They was doing the God of War games from the PS2 and shit like that. Like they was doing all of that shit, and then now they just that like that don't need it. Like Jack and Dexter in those games, those was like locked at 30 FPS on the PS2, or maybe they might have been higher. I don't know, but they got up-resed and all of that. And they looked better and they played better on the PS3 and shit like that. God of War games and stuff like that. So it's like, now they just doing shit that don't even need it.
Can you imagine, like, at this point in time we getting like a little Infamous like 1 and 2? Like, I think the gamers will be like, I think we will like that. We'll be receptive to that. Like, imagine they cleaned up Infamous 1 and 2 and they brought that over. Like, those are the type of shit looks that I'm trying to get. Games that are like 15, 20 years old at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. These like remastering shit that's like 5 years old is not it. Especially when like your games already look fantastic. Those games already look like absolutely beautiful and they're fantastic as is. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess we gonna see what the future holds, and how PlayStation's gonna move for the next couple of years. We're gonna see what happens.
These next 4 years, very important for them. See how they move. How things go this second half of the PS5.
You ready for the same conversations for PS6? Oh my god, too many cross gens. Oh my god, bro. This is that. It's about to be the same.
Well, no.
Right?
Now we know what to expect.
They just remastered fucking
now we know
Intergalactic Heretic Prophet. Oh my god, bro. They just remastered fucking you know that's gonna be the discussion though. You know that though, right?
Now we know what to expect. So it will be a discussion, but I'm not surprised.
It's gonna be that. I'm letting you know when PS6 drops. All these games that we played now, we're gonna get Soros, Returnal. We're about to get Demon Souls remake. We're about to get everything that dropped this generation. They're just gonna drop it again next year. I'm willing to put money on that. They're about to drop a lot of that shit next year again.
The cross-gen shit will happen because they fucking
And the
lied.
remaster shit.
You think the remasters will be as bad as this generation?
Absolutely. I want to make a bet right now that Heretic, that Intergalactic, will be a remaster on PS6. I'll put money on that. That'll be a remaster on PS6. I'll put money on that joint.
Hold on, let me think.
I'll put money on that joint. You about to do that? We might not be part of that them times, but we're gonna be so communicated. So I'll put money on that joint.
Hold on, what year you think?
It's gonna be a remaster. It's gonna be a remaster 100%. Don't tell me to put a year on it. It's gonna be a remaster on the PS6.
No, not the remaster. When you think Heretic is coming out for PS5? Like,
bro,
what year you think
the way the trend that PlayStation is going, I'm telling you, they did not show that game just for that game to come out 5 years later. I promise you. Intergalactic, if not coming out in 2026, it's coming out in 2027. The latest.
Okay.
The latest.
Okay. I can agree with that.
The way PlayStation is moving, they're not doing this. Yo, we're showing you a game. It's coming out 4 or 6 years later. The fact that they could have kept it in the tuck if they really wanted to, this Naughty Dog joint. The fact that they popped out and showed something. Intergalactic, I'm low key think it might come out next year. I think we might see gameplay for it this year. But I think I think Intergalactic is coming out next year, but the latest 2027. No later than 2027 that game's coming out. And I know for a fact I don't think we get PS6 2027. I know some people are in that sentiment, but I don't think we get PS6 2027.
I say 2028 at the earliest.
I think 2028 we get PS6.
And you think they re-rock the fucking Intergalactic?
I 100% they're gonna do a remaster with a new jacket. You know what I mean? Give her maybe a wig hair piece for the character. You know what I mean? They're gonna do some shit like they're gonna do some joy like that. They're gonna do something like that, yo. You know they're gonna do something like that, bro. They're gonna have a weave for the ting, yo. They're gonna do something like that, bro. They're gonna do something like that, 100%.
I'm not taking that fucking bet. It's
gonna be remember the same conversation we're having this generation. It's gonna be the exact same conversation next generation. I just think that's just the way things are moving. I think that's just the way things are moving towards. I think that's what they're gonna do. Especially if they don't get, especially Jmaine. You know why I say that? Because development times, unless some new technology come out, they're doing something to get development time shorter, and the budget's down. I think they're gonna play these little tactics by doing these little $10 remasters or $10 updates. I think these tactics don't change unless something changes in the industry or in how they operate. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like that's part of the reason why they do this type of shit, right? Because to fill in the gaps, number one, and to make the extra money where they can, because they know they could put this out and they'll make some money off that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
Woo. I ain't even ready to think about PS6 right now.
I'm not ready to think about PS6 either. Yeah, I need a good. Honestly, I wouldn't even take. I would take, now that we got the Pro, I would take another 4 or 5 years of PS5. I'll take another 4 or 5 years of PS5 now that we got the Pro out.
I'm expecting at least another 4 years of the Pro. I mean, of the PS5. Excuse me.
You know, when we were closing off a generation, towards the end, I always felt satisfied with the catalog. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
You get the satisfied, like you look at the catalog, like I'm satisfied. Like this catalog, like was dope. When you look at the Switch's life now, it's like, yo,
that's an amazing catalog.
They dropped a lot of fucking games, bro. Like now they're moving on to something new. It feels right. If we get the PS6 in 2026, 27, like does the PS5 feel like? At that point, I would agree with y'all. This generation was kind of lackluster in the sense of like, yo, the catalog don't feel like it was as great as it should have been. You know what I'm saying? Like the catalog of games. But I think in another 4 or 5 years, I think the conversation would be like, yo, maybe the catalog wasn't that bad for PS5. If we get another 4 or 5 years time,
it could definitely go from what I feel like is their worst generation to shit. This was actually
one of the better ones
within the next 4 to 5, the next 4 to 5 years. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So absolutely.
I think
there's time.
PlayStation should hold off. They should hold off releasing a new console. They got the Pro out. Just wait till 2028.
And shit, if they doing cross generation, then what's the rush? Like the shit gonna be there.
Yeah.
What's the rush? Like it's gonna be there when you get there. For anybody that wants to go for.
Yeah, I think
So
2027 is even a little too early for me for PS6. Drop that in 2028. And
yeah,
because of COVID, your shit, maybe push that 2029, bro. We have the
yeah.
PS5 Pro.
Shit,
It's
they
nice.
said it was like what
Mhm.
40% of the PS5 sales in the last new customers. So they finally starting to get the new people from
To move over,
PS4 to move over.
just to introduce a new console in 2 years. Like, yo, just chill out,
Yeah,
calm down
yeah.
for a bit, build up the
No, no,
catalog for the
no,
PS5 so it's worthy. Then we move on
no
to
rash
PS6.
decisions until a new GTA comes.
Exactly,
No.
exactly. Get GTA out the door. Couple more bangers. Let us feel like, yo, the console served its purpose for us, and then move on to the next joint, yo. At this point, I don't know who really clamoring for a PS6. It seems like the Xbox community is ready for their new console. I don't know why though.
Oh
They
yeah, they
ready.
want that shit next year.
Yo, they were
They
so
like,
ready
yeah,
for the
next
new
year,
console, bro.
new
Like, yo,
gen
why?
Xbox.
That's what I'm saying. If Xbox drops a console next year, then the series is definitely the worst Xbox I've personally experienced. If it only comes out next year, like, god damn, bro. Like, what y'all really drop? And a new Gears hasn't been touched yet, bro. That's fucking nuts.
Really? Wait, Gears 5 was that was Xbox One.
That was Xbox One. Gears 5 is not series.
Gears 4 and 5 was Xbox One. Yeah. We
That's
about
what
to
I'm
get E-Day
saying,
though.
bro.
E-Day
Yeah,
E-Day probably
soon.
drop.
Hopefully soon.
E-Day dropping this year.
Or there was rumors saying that game might drop this year. If that does, that's exciting. That's very, very exciting.
For it to
But I
be
don't
a
think so.
prequel, more linear title, I could see it dropping this year. I could absolutely see that shit dropping.
No, they're calling it a prequel, but they're saying this is their next major. Like, we're making this Gears like it's a major thing. And I can
But do
understand
you
why they're
expect
going
it to
back.
be as open as Gears 5? Probably
No,
not,
I think
right?
no, I think it's gonna be as grand though. I think it's gonna be a grand game. I think people think prequel, so they think it's gonna be some Judgment type of shit. But
No,
they
no, it
already
could still be grand, but
this.
linear,
I
more
think
linear.
Well, yeah. Well, it seems like from conversations and articles I've read, it seems like they're going back to basics in the sense where they're focusing on the locust and not the horror, because
Yeah, yeah,
remember
for
I
sure.
remember playing Gears of War 1 for the first time and really feeling that horror aspect towards that game, man. And Gears of War, like, it was creepy when the Berserker was charging at you for the first time, bro. That shit
Bro.
was creepy. You have to get outside, hammer it
Yep.
down, that shit
Hammer
was
it down.
oh my god, bro.
Yeah, I
Love
remember the
Gears,
first
bro.
time playing it, I was like, yo, I don't even know what the fuck to do.
Yo, bro. And it makes that
I'm like,
fucking
this
noise when it
motherfucker
charges,
chasing
bro.
me.
You have to knock down the pillar. Yo, bro, Gears
The
1
pillars?
is so fucking
Yeah,
legendary, bro.
yeah.
One of
I
the
love-
best games I've fucking ever played.
I
And not
love
just the
Gears
tone
1.
of that game, bro. The tone of Gears 1 was so crazy.
I want
them
E-Day to
go
be a
back to
damn
that.
near horror game,
That's
dog.
what I'm
Like,
saying, yo. They need to go back to that.
man.
Yo, Gears got colorful. You playing Gears 5, you got these robots blue as fuck, colorful as fuck. We outside. Yo, bro. Gears
Sparks flying everywhere when you fucking hit him with
Bro.
Nasher.
The funny thing is, I fuck with like the new Gears, but the old joints. I feel like with each iteration, they started to get a little bit more brighter and brighter. But like Gears 1 was gritty, bro.
Gritty,
That shit
yes.
I need that. I
Yes.
need that back for the E-Day. If they go back to some gritty ass Gears, bro,
Yeah.
even the chainsawing and all that shit, the type of blood effects, they dimmed that shit all the way down. Like,
I
go
want-
back and watch some videos. Watch videos of Gears of War 1 chainsaw, and go watch Gears 5 chainsaw. Yo, do that after the party. Go watch that shit.
I want
That shit is
locust
different.
guts spilling off my body after the gun.
Bro, they need to make it.
Oh, my-
They need to lean into horror. I've been saying that Gears need to lean back into like horror.
Yeah.
That could be a big bag for them, and I feel like this is a great opportunity because we're going back to Emergency Day when this shit popped off. This is a big. This is a great opportunity to lean into that. Really great opportunity to lean into the darkness of the locust and some horror shit for the first time. You're seeing these niggas.
You just
pop
got me
up.
hyped. I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to go watch
Manhole,
the
yo.
trailer. I'm about to go
Grenade,
watch the trailer.
Gears 1 is so legendary, bro. I have nothing but positive things to say about Gears 1, 2, and 3. Those games, legendary games to me. Legendary. Yo, when Xbox was the 360, Jmaine. Holy. Just
That's
think
legendary.
back. Bro, they
That's
had some
legendary.
joints. That's when those franchises were firing at all fucking cylinders, bro. Holy, man. Wow.
Motherfuckers had great single player and the multiplayer to go
Bro,
with
the
it.
trilogy,
Like, what?
the Halo, Gears, and Forza. Those were the best. The best Gears were on the 360. The best Halos are. Well, you can make an argument that Halo 2 and Combat Evolved were some of the best. I love those games too. Yeah, they were some of the best. Halo 3 is legendary though, but the Gears,
Yeah, it is. It
the
is.
Forza 2, 3, 4, that's where it peaked. That's where Forza peaked, the motorsport series. And they introduced Horizon. You know what I mean? But Horizon got better. I'll give them credit. Horizon actually got better over time. You know what I mean? It actually got better over time. But the 360 area, they were cooking. They were definitely cooking. I don't know what happened, but they were fucking cooking back then, yo. I love the 360.
Ooh, that shot with Marcus and Dom looking over the city.
Yes,
That's just
now I'm excited
fucking
for E-Day. I'm
ruins.
very, very excited for E-Day. And Coalition
If
is
that
low-key,
come out,
they're one of their talented studios over there. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I'm more excited, like, these days, in 2025. I think I kind of hold Gears kind of higher than Halo, personally. Personally, I think I'm more. I think what Coalition does with Gears is better than what 343 is doing with Halo.
What 343 is doing with Halo.
I'm actually. I think before Halo used to be the more prestigious, the more like, you know, they're dropping Master Chief. I'm more excited. Like Halo, I would put Halo over Gears. But I think today I put Gears over Halo. I think I've enjoyed Gears 4 and Gears 5 probably more than modern Halo. Halo 5 and
Halo
Infinite.
5 and Infinite. Yeah.
Low key. I think I like 4.
Yeah.
I think I like Gears 4 and 5 better. And those Gears are not even like the best ones that we have gotten.
Right.
Like,
yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like the Coalition knows how to, like, they do really good stuff with the technology of Unreal as well. Like if you actually go back and play like Gears 5, that like the game is beautiful. Gears 5 looks better than Halo. Halo used to be like a game that with good graphics too back in the day, but for some reason the graphics just never amounted, like they just never leveled up with. But now that Halo's going to Unreal Engine 5, it might look good again. It might be
and
like
they need
a
to go
showpiece. A showcase.
They need to go back linear too. Not that open world shit. I'm not feeling that shit.
The funny thing is, I actually didn't mind Halo Infinite's setup. I actually think it was a great step. Personally, I think it was a great new, because they tried to make the whole game silent cartographer. I don't mind that setup, but I feel like where now looking back, where it was lackluster, it was everywhere kind of looked the same. You feel me? I felt
that same damn tree over and over.
If they gave us the vision of what they did when they showed us the slip space engine initially, with the different biomes and all of that shit, then maybe something's cooking over there. I wasn't really too mad at the setup, it being a little bit more open. And you have like an open area, but there's like, it's almost like an Elden Ring setup in the sense where there's sections where it's super handcrafted. You understand? Yeah. Whether it be interiors, because Elden Ring is kind of set up in this, obviously in a way much better way. The level design is way better than something like Elden Ring. But Elden Ring, what makes that game is it's just a masterclass in level design is you do have these open areas for exploration, but then you might get into a castle section where you could tell that it's crafted in a way like if it was a single player linear style game. When you get into that section or that area, you feel me? And just how everything's interconnected is beautiful. It's beautiful. Like Elden Ring's level design, well, it does get talked about because I did see someone make a post about it, going from top of the stage to the bottom. It's literally a masterclass. Like someone went down a well, and all the places that you like it takes you to, insane level design. I felt like if Halo could get even just a little bit of that type of shit in the new format, I wouldn't be mad at that either. But yeah, man, I guess it's enough of us fanning out over games for the night, bro. Enough of us, you know what I mean? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. I saw my boy Mez join late. Go back and listen to the top of the podcast, Mez. You know what I mean? We had some good conversation. Shout out to you, Mez.
Shout out to my guy, Mez.
But hopefully you guys enjoyed the conversation, man. You know we here for you every week, giving y'all that good gaming discourse. None of that nonsense. That good gaming discourse. You know what I mean? So hopefully you guys enjoyed the podcast. If you did, please leave a like. I appreciate y'all showed a lot of love this episode, man. Y'all showed a lot of love this episode with the super chats. I do appreciate that. It doesn't go unnoticed. You know what I mean? So I do appreciate that. With that being said, yo, everyone have a great night. We'll see you guys hopefully next week if Jmaine doesn't get sick again. You know,
nah, I think I'm in the house this weekend, so I'll be playing some games, staying healthy, and I gotta get sexy for the songs from Drake.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Low key, it's
Pause.
10:30. Maybe I could take a nap and set the alarm. I said I wasn't, but hold up. Maybe I listen to some sexy
I'm about
songs,
to go get.
man.
I'm about to go get something to eat, and I'll probably be up for the next
Maybe,
hour.
man.
So I'm
Maybe,
gonna listen to
man.
it. I'm
Maybe I
excited.
might be up for some sexy songs. Maybe you'll sneak a little shots at my boy Kendrick in there. Who knows?
You think
In
they
a
put a diss
lullaby.
to Kendrick on a sexy
That
song?
that'd be funny as fuck, bro. That'd be funny as fuck if he's doing it in some
Uh,
lullaby shit. I'm gonna sing to this nigga. He can't do this. I'm gonna sing this nigga real quick.
also, you fucking with niggas that think they sexy. Uh,
Yeah,
so you on your period, he on the same.
you about to pull up one of those. You might give him one of those. No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't even be shocked if there was a shot at Kendrick on this. I wouldn't be shocked at all, to be honest. Or
because
him
Kendrick took
referencing
shots at Party, so Party might have
some
some
shit
shit
to
to say
say
to
to
them.
say. Real talk. Real
Yeah.
talk. Or I wouldn't be surprised if the subject matter is like once again niggas betraying on him and niggas snaked them type of shit. I could imagine some of the
Mm.
subject matter being like that. But we're gonna take a listen. We're gonna take a listen.
All right.
All right, man. We